want to talk about my
Can you go
experience
back to the
yesterday
burger place
off half a
and ask
bar.
them, do they have my
Shut
ring?
the
Because
fuck
I
up.
had it on
Really?
today. I'm sure I had both of them on.
Didn't you just tell me to go?
Did you?
All right.
You might as well now because we live. Like,
Don't see late. Oh man. No. I was just kidding. No, like I wrote a bar.
yeah. But not even the complete one, just half of it.
Yo, hey, can we gift some memberships too? That's important. I feel like we got to gift a 50 piece real quick too. Or do you think should we go regular chat for like an hour and then switch over to members?
I think that's
Get
a
some
good
energy
idea.
flowing. You know?
Yeah, I think. Hey, what do you think about regular chat plus some gifted memberships?
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, let's gift 50 right now, and then we'll turn the chat to regular to give the people, the proletariat, need to have their say. See, I'm a dumbass. Yo, AD from No Jumper. Not just saying that. We're saying that because somebody said it in the chat. But okay, wow. Munchie's gonna be here momentarily, people. But I guess we have an introduction to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
My man, Jay Stone.
What's up?
How you feeling? Which, to be fair, because like the people out there might not be clued in, a couple different Jay Stones in the Los Angeles area. If you go into the No Jumper archives, we did an interview a couple years back. Stoner from the Town was the name, especially at that time. And yeah, I mean, it's great to have you on here. I know you've had a wild couple of years.
This is Jay Stone Rue.
Yeah,
Jay Stone Rue.
Another good way to differentiate.
Yeah, because that's how I differentiate myself. Jay Stone Rue.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm the only Jay Stone Rue.
Oh,
no
right.
other Jay Stone Rues.
Definitely. And
Shouts to Jay Stone from 60s as well.
Shout out to him. Yes, good guy. I talked to him recently. But okay, so we decided, like me and Lush had both kind of had you in mind as somebody that we wanted to have on for an episode and everything, just to, you know, get the creative juices flowing, because we think that you're a talented podcaster and everything. So I'm glad we were able to finally make it happen. I know I left you on red for a couple months there. My bad.
yeah.
My bad. You know, I'll be doing that.
I ain't tripping. It's
Definitely.
I was really interested to hear that Jay Stone is he's turned his whole life around.
Really?
You know? Like, yeah.
We got to talk about that.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah. Let's just start. Hopefully, Munchie's listening in, so he'll be he'll be tapped in. But what have the last few years of your life been like?
Well, I was homeless, which I basically was homeless until recently. I was homeless, you know, going from house to house, couch to couch, and all this shit. And I decided to go to the Midnight Mission because, well, actually, no, my uncle told me to go there, and I was telling him, like, nigga, I don't go to no homeless shelters. Like,
Wait, okay, can we rewind? How did you end up homeless? Like, what were the series of events that led to that?
I ended up homeless. I was paying rent. I basically was renting out a room.
Oh, I
and
remember
they
you told me
wasn't
about this.
paying the
Okay,
rent.
yeah.
They was smoking crack with the money I was giving them. So they evicted us. So I'm like, what the fuck? How we get evicted? I thought you was paying the rent. Come to find out, they was paying the crack head, the drug dealer, and they wasn't paying the fucking rent. So we got evicted. But
Did
we
you get
got
sheriff
evicted.
locked out or just evicted? Did you like the sheriff? Was that how
Yeah,
you
the
found
sheriffs
out?
came.
Yeah.
Put us out.
That's a step past
So-
the eviction.
Exactly. So when we got evicted, they had somewhere to go. I didn't have nowhere to go. So that's when I went from house to house, couch to couch, and shit. I went from Palmdale, Lancaster, all type of shit.
Just basically tapping in with everybody you knew who had a spot.
Yeah, basically. And then my uncle told me, like, shit, you should just go on down to the Midnight Mission. I was like, hell nah.
What is the Midnight Mission exactly?
It's like a shelter, but it's two parts of the shelter. It's like a recovery side of the shelter, and it's like a housing side of the shelter. So you could go there for housing if you just need housing, or you can go there for recovery. So I initially went there for housing because I didn't want no recovery. So when I got there, they told me all we have is recovery, and it was like, come back in a month. So I was like, hell no, I'm not finna wait for no month.
So you decided to pretend to be a crackhead?
No, I wasn't pretending. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
So you were kind of down bad in that sense at the time?
Like you said, I thought I was pretending at first.
Okay.
But talking to my caseworker, I realized, well, damn, I am a crackhead.
Wait, literal crack or like what?
No, I never smoked crack. I sold crack. I sold crack, meth, all that shit. But
okay.
No, I was drinking lean, popping pills and shit, drinking alcohol all the time. It's like, smoking weed. So it's like you basically a crackhead. Even if you don't think you are, it's like you really get down to the bottom of it, like you a crackhead.
We could say crackhead to refer to a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah, well, that's what my family does. That you do anything. You feel me? That's basically drugs. You a crackhead, even if you don't smoke crack.
Because crack is not that popular anymore, but crackhead is still a popular term.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, me and Bricc used to call each other like, that's my crackhead brother. You feel me?
Right.
And we don't. Neither of us do crack.
I also think that brackheads has a really good ring to it.
Brackheads for sure.
You know?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Just something about it.
So what was your DOC though? What was your drug of choice?
Just lean and Xanax and shit. And, I was smoking weed and drinking alcohol, just all that shit together, basically.
Yeah.
So.
And then would you say how much lean's an expensive ass habit?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
it's got to be a tough habit to keep going while you're kind of floating around couch to couch.
So with the lean, I didn't really buy it as much. I really, like I said, I really just bought alcohol and weed all the time. But if I could get my hands on some lean at a certain point in time, I would buy it. But it wasn't something I was just going out every day.
But in retrospect, do you look at that lifestyle that you were living and you're like, damn, I had my priorities messed up because I should have been taking money and putting it to the side and saving up so that I could get myself more established and everything. And instead, I was kind of just enjoying myself a little bit too much from day to day. Because I know a lot of people who are like that, even with like weed. We know a lot of people who realistically are probably spending a couple $1,000 a month on weed.
Right.
That probably should be taking that money and putting it to the side so that they could get their life together.
If you make 5 bands a month and you're spending 40% of that on weed.
Pre No Jumper, I'm not going to lie, I was definitely in that category. I was spending way, and when I really thought about it, it's like, damn, even if I'm spending $200-$300 on weed per week, this is not sustainable. This is not good considering how much I'm actually bringing in. This is too significant of a portion of my income.
Once you itemize your budget, you start to really see like, damn, like this how much I'm spending on backwoods. This is crazy.
That too. When you smoking and shit, you got to buy the backwoods. You got to buy all that shit. So that's on top of the weed. You know what I'm saying? And me, I like to smoke good weed. So it's like I was spending like $100 on the eighth and shit.
Damn, 108.
108. Where are you going to the cookie store or something?
Yeah, like cookies and shit, different little weed shops and shit.
Okay,
they had like the exotic weed and shit, but they was charging.
Munchie.
So I wasn't gonna just leave because they was charging.
How you feeling, dog?
Yeah,
cool. What's bracking with you, Munchie?
Munchie in the building.
2 of the top bloods in North America in the building. That's what I'm talking about.
It's a whoop now.
This is a very whoopty experience. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, my boys. Jay Stone, he an open book, huh?
He's telling us all about
he real transparent.
His journey,
Yeah. Everything. No. I heard a little bit like 2 weeks ago. Getting up to speed with bro.
Yeah.
What's the deal though?
What's bracking with you?
Weed don't make you no crackhead, bro.
I didn't say weed.
He's feeling attacked.
I'm saying like all this shit I was doing. Like, doing the Xanax and all that shit, because I was buying Xanax like a motherfucker.
Xanax is a slippery slope.
It's crazy that I was like such a fan of this guy's content, and then we have so many of the same demons, it turns out.
Yeah.
That's very...
But I mean, okay, being an alcoholic, I think is probably less expensive than being a pothead, but way more destructive to your life.
Yeah.
Even though both can definitely be kind of
But
destructive.
I was buying both. I couldn't just smoke weed without alcohol. It's like it didn't go together. Like I need both.
Yeah.
So
pretty much every drug becomes, now I need to smoke a lot of weed.
Yeah.
Every drug is massively complemented by it.
Yeah.
And alcohol, low key.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't smoke weed though. I ain't never been in the weed.
But I will say this, as someone that's been to rehab more times than probably all y'all been to prison combined, I will say this, that the most annoying people in rehab by far are the tweakers. They're the worst. Number 2, by a significant margin, the alcoholics.
What you define as a tweaker though?
About crystal meth, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The meth heads. They're the worst by far. And of course, I'm always in a room with a tweaker. For some reason, I don't know why they categorize me like that. But
Yeah, they know their own kind. Birds of a feather.
Birds of a feather.
Wait, okay. So you go through this process. So you check yourself in and basically realize you're a brackhead at that time.
Bracket.
A brackhead, you know. And then you go through, like, do you actually like internalize and take on a lot of the lessons that you're kind of learning while you're in that environment about addiction and everything?
See, when I first went there, since they had me go through that, I couldn't go through just the housing, because in the housing you smoke brack, do whatever the fuck you gonna still do. You just can't do it inside the building.
Okay.
So you can go right outside, smoke your brack, come back in. So I was just like, all right, I'm just gonna do this for a couple months, get my money up and shake. So, you know, the longer I stayed, and then watching niggas that was in there go out, smoke rack or whatever the fuck they drug of choice, and look fucked up when I seen them like a week or so later. I was like, damn, that nigga had weight, all kind of shit. He was like, man, nigga sucked up now. He looked fucked up, all kind of shit. So I was like, yeah, you know, fuck that. I don't think I want to go back to that. And then it was like my life was getting better. So I was like, I'm going to just keep doing this shit, because if it's getting better right now, it might get way better than this. So I just kept on.
So how'd you end up eventually getting a spot again?
Well, not through the place, but the place signed you up for LASA.
What's that?
It's like LA Housing Authority.
Oh, okay.
So they get you a place for like subsidized housing.
Okay,
it's
nice.
Like it don't really, it's not that much for rent and shit. They really pay a portion of your rent. It's kind of like Section 8, but not Section 8.
You don't have to be a parent to get it, basically. Like,
no, this is
because Section 8, you have to be like a single mother, basically, right?
No,
that's why I say it's like Section 8.
I thought that was the whole.
No, Section 8, you could be one person.
Okay.
But it's like Section 8, but it's not Section 8. So, you know, they just give you like cheaper rent and shit, and they pay the rest of the difference, whatever. But it's like, you know.
Well, okay. Let me ask a question. You as a gang member, are they just putting you wherever? And does that get complicated?
No, that was one of my stipulations, because they was going to put me wherever. I said, nah, fuck that. Don't put me in this area, none over here. I told them the areas I wanted to go to. I was like, y'all not finna just put me anywhere and shit that I'm in harm's way now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that could get real tricky real
or
quick.
I got to get a gun, and then if somebody start tripping, I'm going to have to use the motherfucker and end up back in prison. So it's like, you know.
Yeah. Definitely. Damn. All right. So now, like, what's your current drug intake? You're off all this stuff, or
nothing?
Nothing. You just messing with the vape a little bit?
Yep. I'm about to put this shit down too. I'm about to.
Yeah, that's one thing I've never tried because I'm terrified. I feel like I would love it so much.
Yeah, I've been like fighting because my girl got me off the vape. She told me that cigarettes are better for me. I don't know if that's true. But
Nah, I think that the vape is way better because, like, at the end of the day, the worst thing that you can do is burn something and then breathe it directly into your lungs. So, like, yeah, having a little bit of vape being sucked in your lungs, not ideal probably for your health. But I even asked, I got in a fucking argument with Lena's assistant about this the other day. And I actually was like, I asked ChatGPT, I'm at Disney World asking ChatGPT, is it comparable to say that cigarettes and vaping is equally dangerous? And it's like, there are some risks that are associated with vaping. And granted, it's also like hasn't been studied as much nearly as smoking. But ultimately, smoking is like way more dangerous from my perspective and way more studied. And, you know, like for me, I'm currently 13 days into not smoking weed or cigarettes. So I'm kind of patting myself on the back, even though I'm not 100% sure. Like, I feel like in the long run, I really need to like basically like be able to do it in moderation, but I'm never really able to do that. It almost always just ends up with me smoking like a bunch of spliffs at night before I go to bed, which is kind of the thing that I'm trying to get away from. I want to be able to like, oh, you're smoking a blunt, we can smoke a blunt, or like smoke a spliff once in a while and not make it like a consistent, constant part of my day to day. You know,
is that self-imposed or is it more like Len is on your top about it?
That's just me wanting to be as healthy as possible, and I feel like smoking is definitely like the last frontier. I've got the food in check, I got the exercise in check, I stopped drinking, I stopped doing drugs, but the smoking is just the last thing.
No, it's crazy because like, yeah, my girl got completely sober. She doesn't do anything anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Good for her.
January 1st.
Let's go.
So she's been completely sober since then. And now it's like, I feel like, damn, maybe I should cut back on some of my extracurriculars.
So that was like a New Year resolution type shit.
It was like it's crazy. It really wasn't. We had a mania-ass night, New Year's Eve, and it just like it ended up with like damn near police pulling up type shit. Like,
You were beating each other?
nah, it's okay. So I never talked about this.
Good.
Yeah,
Bare your soul, please.
Yeah.
Catch a domestic.
So we had a shit. She catch it. Anyways, so we had I had a show in Dago New Year's Eve. Me, OGZ, Lefty Gunplay, T Fly, and Casey Veggies. Random lineup, cool show. You feel me? I hosted it. It was super lit. Right, a strip club, bitches busting it down on stage. It was really lit. Right.
This was that
in Dago.
Oh, they got some poppin' strip clubs.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't never been to this. This shit was lit though. I ain't gonna lie to you. You feel me? And I figured, shit, I didn't even know Dago had like hella black girls, but like that. But shit, they was busting it down. Shit was fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Call Dago.
Call Dago. End of the night, I wind up drunk, whatever. We back at the hotel, and I wake up and my bitch got my phone in my hand, yelling about text messages, like tripping on me. But the text messages she was seeing was one of my partners who's pimping out OnlyFans bitches, right? So he's sending me screenshots like, "Look at this bitch, like you like this, daddy?" Da, 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 da. And my girl can't differentiate the fact that it's not girl sending me the text.
But your homie was just calling you daddy?
No,
that was the conversation
No.
between the whole broad.
correct.
Got it. I was
He's
about
trying
to kick your ass out of
No,
here.
he tried.
You
No,
could be gay, but that's a little over the line.
Ain't the only person I call people daddy over here is Flacco, and that's established.
That's
When he
true.
called DW Daddy Flame.
He did say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Makes you kind of ashamed to know him.
Yeah, that's
huh?
crazy.
Yeah.
Long story short, she got mad about misinterpreted text messages. I woke up, my teeth was out my mouth. All right.
Huh?
She knocked your teeth out?
My teeth was out my mouth. I don't have real teeth.
So you're saying you don't know how they came out?
They was out my mouth. I don't
She
know.
took them
how
out, nigga.
They was out. They was out. I woke up, no teeth in my mouth, gang. You feel me? Like all
Just
my
gonna hide
real,
your shit.
No, I was like, where my teeth at? And my teeth, it's crazy, guys.
Where my teeth at?
My teeth
Where
never
my
be
teeth
out.
at?
My bitch ain't never seen my teeth out. It's like an uncommon thing. You feel me? And it's super embarrassing for me to ask, like, yo, bitch, where the fuck my teeth at?
Give me my teeth.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, they right here. You feel me? They're on the bed. So I go, I'll snatch them up real quick. And she's like, who's Crystal? Who's? I'm like, bitch, I don't know what the fuck you talking
So
about.
you had to answer the questions for your teeth back.
Exactly. But long story short, you feel me? Like, apparently people in the hotel was like trying to call the police because they was hearing a lot of noise from room 107 or whatever. Like, and after that, my bitch been solid as fuck, and I still been janky.
Wow, that's funny though, because like my stopping getting messed up story is basically like New Year's 2018 going into 2019. Got unbelievably loaded. Had probably the best like off-camera orgy of my entire life. Never did coke again after that. It was just I had like a 2-day hangover and I just couldn't handle it.
Well, and literally, like I gave you all the condensed PG version of this story because I don't think people want to hear all that other shit.
We all know that you've got a 15-minute version for every 2-minute story. We all know how you get down.
So did you take your own teeth out? Didn't remember, or she took it out? Because I think you woke up in time. Because
Yeah, who knows what the fuck was about to happen, Munchie B. I ain't gonna lie to you. But at the same time, like, I think that maybe I was so faded that just because my shit's like, if I gotta go to the dentist like every couple months for them to like fuck with the shit or else they get loose, blah, da, 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 da. But I don't know how the fuck you can't. She said she didn't take them out. I don't think she even knew they were detachable type shit. You feel me? Like, like she ain't even buy that transformer kit. You feel me? Like, the motherfucker's like a lowrider goes, you feel me? And all
bitch, where my teeth at is crazy.
Exactly. You should get that on the shirt or so. Bitch, where my teeth at?
And I'm not like secure enough. I'm secure with myself, but I'm not secure as Fousey, like to have like a picture with no teeth on the internet of myself. You feel me?
There's no picture of you with no teeth. I mean, honestly, your original no jumper run, you might as well have had no teeth because your teeth were looking a little mixy.
Yeah, fucking. They were throwing up 10 different gangs. Like,
You see when Dame
They
Dash
were
was
hood
going at
hopping.
it? You see when Dame Dash was going at it with 50, right? And his teeth came out.
Yeah.
yeah, bro.
I was disappointed in Dame Dash.
One of my homies who's a battle rapper that shall remain nameless was in the middle of one of his rounds and his teeth fell out his mouth.
Yeah.
But he caught that motherfuckers. Shouts to Jersey. I ain't gonna say nothing else.
Wow.
Shout out to Jersey. You ain't talking about Sue Surf.
Not Sue Surf. One of his partners though.
Huh?
One of his partners though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
But we don't teeth shame here. We don't denture shame.
Nah.
I mean, I don't
You got
know
fake
battle
teeth.
rappers all like that. I just know the names you're supposed to know.
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Free surf. But
Yeah,
yeah,
free surf, right.
For sure.
You heard the verse he did for Mozzie?
That shit was crazy.
What, they got a song on Mozzie's new album?
Yeah, so Mozzie has a song called Free Surf featuring Surf on it that just came out. Crazy. And Surf and Mozzie already got multiple records together. There's one with Surf, Mozzie, and G Herbo that is incredible.
I didn't even know they knew each other.
Yeah.
I gotta listen to that album.
Surf is like the battle rapper that transcended to actual rap music and that people in the streets really fuck with like that.
And he got a Rico, so now we know why people like him so much.
That probably adds a little bit to the aura.
But we were talking about this last week. Everybody can't go mainstream and the battle rap thing. Surf can though. You see how Surf just slid on that shit.
Yeah, Surf. He make music like he do that pain shit that the rappers in the Northeast region, Jersey and Philly, do so well. You know what I mean? Like that real pain talk. He just talking that, you know. It's like if he had auto tune on, it would be Rod Wave, but it's not because he just ride bars.
I feel like ever since I went to the Drake battle rap birthday party, the battle rap has been on a decline.
You're not 100%.
I'm not saying that that's the reason or anything. Like, oh, Adam 22 came to a battle and now we don't have to try anymore. But I just feel like I was like hearing about it like consistently in the culture, and then since around then, I feel like its presence in the community as a whole has kind of diminished. I'm not saying they're connected, but
I would say the biggest issue I would say with that and reason why is because the biggest league in battle rap is Smack URL, and they had to deal with caffeine, and they were getting millions of dollars.
and that went away.
Well, caffeine like is no more.
Right.
They're like eradicated. So then, yeah, at that point, it kind of changed the visibility on a mass level, and a lot of the big leagues aren't as active. But there's still, put it like this: there's just a battle in Compton at the Compton Airport on Sunday that I hosted. Compton versus Watts, Geechee Gotti versus Active, Grape Street versus Nutty Block, and there's like 500 people at the Compton Airport.
Right.
It was super, super dope.
That's cool.
So it's like there's still a huge grassroots battle rap movement, but I'll say you're right. Mainstream visibility is kind of like refining itself right now.
It was bigger names back then. Yeah, Murder Mooks and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Type shit, yeah.
It ain't. It was a gang of big names at one time back then, but now is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a new. We just trying to see who the next stars are. There's a few cats that I think that could carry it. We gonna see.
They get you Gotti win, yes or no, and don't play the fence, bro.
It was kind of like unfair, low key, like because it's in the Grandies, damn near. It's right by the Grandies. You
Just
feel
right
me?
across the street.
Yeah.
He can't lose at home, and I told him that.
But also them and the Grapes is clicked up, so it's like everybody was there. Or they cool with each other.
I
At
don't
least.
think they clicked that.
They ain't
They
clicked
cool.
up, but I get what you're saying.
They cool with it. They're not clicked up, but they function with each other. They're not ops. You feel me? Like
Get you Gotti win.
I won't say that y'all gonna have to take it to tape because
Man.
it's debatable. It's debatable, gang. No cap. Like it really is. The third round when they both gave different histories of the relationships between the Grape Streets and the Nutty Blocks, that was dope as fuck to me.
One of the biggest complaints I saw on the podcast from last week while I was on vacation was like, God damn, Lush talked about battle rap too much.
Well, it's like Geechee was with me. What do you expect?
I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
You might not want to always like lead with that. I feel like if you put the battle rap in the beginning, it might, have some of the people running for the hills.
Yeah, we fucked
Just
up.
some little pop pointers.
Yeah, we fucked up. Yeah, I fucked up.
No,
I fucked up. But just the thing is, it's like, damn, we got a new guest on the show, even if it's a repeating guest. We gonna talk about what they on. Like Jay Stone pop up. We gonna hear the lore.
right. Let's get back on the Jay Stone thing. I just want a little bit more information. So, where are you at? Right, or you don't have to say like where you're at, but like what's life like at this point? Do you feel like you've had like a real transformation? Are you a religious man now, or were you always? Or
I always was sort of religious. I never was religious because I don't believe in religion.
okay,
Because I feel like they use that to control people, and I'm not a person who like being controlled. But I believe in God, so
okay,
yeah.
definitely.
That's
So
awesome.
I just been shit, just working and going to meetings and shit. Working out and all this shit. I was with the running club, but my knees started fucking up. So I used to run like 6 miles a day. Sometimes we'll run like 21.
Really?
Yeah.
Running, very abusive to your body. It's not the
Yeah.
best
Think so?
activity
Hell
for a
yeah.
lot of people. Yeah.
I didn't know I had 2 bad knees till I started running that far. And I was like, hold the fuck on. Like, my knees just started giving out.
I used to be real into running, and then I went to the doctor, and they basically told me like your back is not the kind of back, and also you weigh like 200 something pounds, so that's not really good for running. They were like, you should probably do like almost anything else besides running.
Is it like the pressure on your joints, basically? Like,
Yeah, it does a ton of damage to your knees and your ankles and stuff like that, and especially if you're heavier. There's just like, you know, if you ride a bike, like a stationary bike or like a real bicycle in the streets or whatever, like that right there, you're putting almost no like damage on your joints and everything.
I don't get so okay. Like the dudes that be winning the gold medal in like the marathon, and like a lot of them do. How are they able to be barefoot and do that shit?
The guys who they're barefoot to
Yeah,
do what?
dude, like the
hold on,
run
running
the
track?
marathon. Yeah, bro.
They
I've
ain't
seen
barefooted.
nobody
I
run a
haven't seen
marathon
that, yeah.
barefoot.
What you
Nah.
watching?
I think there's probably the percentage of people who are barefoot running marathons is very low.
I swear it's like a thing.
I never heard of that.
Here, I'm gonna chat GPT.
They make those shoes that have like the
No, they all
individual
got good
spikes,
running shoes
toes,
and shit,
yeah.
like the big, like thick sole running shoes. But I ain't never seen nobody.
I think you
barefoot.
watched a movie or something.
Was that a movie?
Yeah, that wasn't
You
real
watched a
life.
movie or something. You-
Definitely. Okay. So shit. Okay.
Okay.
What's it say?
Abebe Bikila, probably the most famous barefoot marathoner, won the 1960 marathon in Rome barefoot.
1969.
That
bro.
was
That was a long
say,
time
man,
ago.
that
Yeah, they
shit
probably
was-
didn't have shoes yet at that time.
Exactly.
They hadn't been invented yet.
Shit, I
You
don't
talk
know.
about some
They
shit
literally
from
got running shoes. You know what I'm
1969.
saying?
They do, but I swear there be fools that be doing it barefoot. I swear.
So how you running track barefoot, but you get sponsorships from Nike? What do you
Remember them
Yeah, that's got to be a weird decision.
Remember them see-through Air
And
Force
A6
Ones?
and shit. They not gonna sponsor you if you barefoot.
Huh.
You might as well get nail polish to get sponsored.
Exactly.
Foot
Your
tats.
feet look good.
No. Okay. So do you still consider yourself retired from the streets?
You could never retire from the streets because even if you feel like, oh yeah, you know, I let all this shit go, you know, it's always niggas who still want to do something to you.
Mm.
So you know, you could never once you in it like that, you could never just jump out of that shit and be like, oh yeah, I'm good. Like,
Right.
No.
But at one point when we were talking about you coming on the pod, you told me that you were in the shelter, and I was thinking like, damn, that's kind of crazy. Like, I wonder what it would be like to be in the shelter, staying there, and then also on No Jumper, because that's just like a weird amount of attention for someone doing, you know, living in a place where like nobody's really getting that
When
kind of
when I first walked into that motherfucker, gang of niggas knew me. They was like,
Right.
oh nigga, I watch your shit all the time. I was like, yeah, goddamn, yeah, thank you. You know? He was like, damn, this nigga sleeping right next to me.
Well, okay, describe that time period though. Was it painful? Was it like embarrassing?
Oh, when I
Was it
first
miserable?
got there, that shit was miserable as a motherfucker. Cause I was like, it kind of feel like you in camp.
Hmm.
They got like the little lockers and shit. Like if you was in camp and all that shit, and you sleeping right next to niggas and shit. So it's like,
Oh, it's set up like that?
yeah.
So you'd be like in the same room with how many people? Like a refugee camp. There's like
it's
400 of you
like,
in there.
Shit, it's probably like 60-some niggas in there.
Shit.
It's like a big ass dorm, right?
Yeah, it's a big ass dorm and shit.
Is it just like people just sort of intermittently farting? Like you just hear it?
Oh, all night, man. You just all through
Just
the
from all
night,
different
man.
angles?
Just niggas, yeah, just wah, 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 wah,
And there's
all
just
over
one
there.
guy with like the worst farts ever, and he's just
What?
cranking it up.
And if niggas sleep by me, I'ma talk to you like, hey, blood, pyro, nigga, you better get up, and go to the bathroom, bro. I'd tell a couple niggas that shit. One nigga was sleeping by me, his feet was like stinging like a motherfucker. Hey, blood, pyro, you gotta get up, wash your feet, blood. Cause I'm not finna be smelling
Gotta
that,
get up
blood,
there.
cause you gonna make
But
me
if he
mad.
really has like a foot infection,
I don't
then it
give a
might not
fuck.
even be like he could just go wash it
You gonna
off.
make him
I
roll
don't
it up?
know.
But they'll tell you if you go ask the niggas that they be like, man, he didn't got a lot of. I ain't gonna make you roll it up. I'm make you roll it up out my motherfucking section. Man, go over there, blood. There's other beds over there on Pyro. I'm even go tell the people, hey, move blood bed. Cause I'm like,
I'm
nah,
assuming
nigga.
there's going to be people there that are like mentally unstable too,
I don't give a
right?
fuck about none of that, man. I don't give a fuck you mentally unstable, none of that. Your feet stinking or you farting too much blood, go over there, blood Pyro.
Hey, you know, it's funny comparing that to a county jail dorm, right? Is way more respect in that county jail dorm because you go clean up your section and you ain't about to be, you go compress that fort or go over there by that shitter, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, So that's crazy.
That's where I got it from in the county jail. I was in the cell with this nigga, the DTG nigga. This nigga feet was smelling like I don't know what. That shit was fucking the whole cell up. So I told Blood, like, hey, Blood, you gotta, like, get up and wash your feet or something. Because the nigga was hanging his stanky ass socks on the bars, like fucking air fresheners or something. I'm like, Blood, these motherfuckers funky, Blood. Me and the Mexicans that was in the cell, they kept telling me, hey, just don't tell that nigga something. So I told him, like, Blood, you gotta wash your feet. That nigga jumped off the bunk, nigga. That nigga was buffed in a motherfucker. That nigga was like, he was like, nigga, what? I ain't gotta do shit. I was like, all right, go back, get on your bunk, bro.
Wait, you have any squabbles in the shelter?
No, I'm gonna tell you. So when this nigga got on the bunk, I sent the kite to the homie, like, Blood, send me the banger, Blood, because I'm not finna fight this big ass buff.
Yeah, this is the county.
It's the county jail.
Yeah.
So the homie sent me the banger. Then I woke Blood up again, like, Blood on pyro, Blood, you better get your ass up and wash them socks. He was like, oh, what? I showed Blood the banger. He was like, oh, all right, you ain't got to take it that far.
So you threaten this guy with a knife, and then you have to just go to sleep knowing that he could do whatever while you're sleeping.
Man, I'm not going to sleep.
Oh, so you can't even sleep after that?
I can, but nigga, I sleep very light, especially if a motherfucker in my cell, no dangerous. Like, this nigga big as hell, he dangerous, me from DTG.
That sounds like hell right
You're not
there.
about to be in no cell with nobody, be no dirtbag, bro. Somebody will beat your ass. You know
Yeah, I
what
was
I'm saying?
finna poke Blood, because he jumped off the bunk at first, like, nigga, what's up? I was like, ooh, okay. Shit, that nigga, he had muscles, though. He wasn't just one of them big-ass niggas. He was, like, cut up and all that shit big. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to poke
Nigga
Blood.
beat your ass to that shower. You go get in there. I done seen
We
it.
wasn't in the shower. We was in Men's Central.
Yeah.
In the, four-man
Even niggas
cell.
coming to jail off drugs, detoxing, forking and shit. All them drugs. Oh yeah, Blood, you gotta bounce. You gotta tell the nigga they gotta move your shit. You gotta go downstairs or something.
You detoxing, you finna be shitting water too. So
Yeah, that's between you and the shitter. But I'm saying like sleeping next to me, letting off all them toxic ass forks. I said, nah. Yeah, we gotta figure something out.
Can't you like fart in the toilet and flush it down? Don't that help?
No, you can do whatever you want to do.
You gotta flush air.
I can't control what you
Damn.
do over there, right? I'm talking about if I'm sleep and you sleeping next to me and you came from the streets and your body is going through whatever it's going through, trying to get them toxins out. You ain't about to just do me like that, nigga. I ain't about to hotbox your force.
Exactly. I can't even breathe now because you just releasing them motherfuckers every 3 minutes and shit. Like, Blood, I can't even breathe. This nigga, every time I think it's over with, he let go another one. Like, Blood, another one. It's like DJ Khaled. Another one.
But I feel like, okay, if you take a huge shit, you're not really going to have farts left after, right? Like, you're like, when you take a huge shit, you shouldn't you shouldn't keep farting.
No, I'm just saying, but whatever you do in the area where you taking your issue at, that's cool. But I'm talking about our living quarters, sleep right here. You can't just be laying down farting and shit, nigga, next to me, nigga. We ain't got that much space in this door.
Yeah.
Nah, you gotta tell the depth, nigga. You got to move this. You gotta make some arrangements.
He ended up rolling his own self up after that. He stayed in there
buddy.
probably like 2 more days. He got up out of there. I was like, cool.
The prospect of getting stabbed wasn't enough for him to wash his socks, essentially.
No, he washed them fucking socks.
Yeah.
He probably thinking like, this nigga taking shit too far.
That's what he said.
I gotta wash my socks.
He said, damn, youngster, you ain't got to take it that far now because now you got me pissed off, bro. I'm ready to stab you already. I want to wake you up. I want to poke you up in your sleep and drag your ass up out of here. But I'm like, you lucky I told you, like, yeah, bro, nigga, get up and wash them socks, nigga.
One more last question about this experience. Did you see Brian Pumper in either the shelter or in the jail?
Yeah, nah. I seen Melvin Farmer.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I know he was
Not a porn
downtown.
star.
Yeah.
Because
Good man, though.
he be turning on that phone. He be down there. I figure he was somewhere down there.
Yeah, he was in there. He left probably like a couple weeks ago.
You talking about in the county?
No, in the shelter.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Melvin Farmer, the one that put Wack and Young Gang together, and that's how he got up here, I believe.
Yeah, he from HA.
Yeah, Melvin
Yeah,
Farmer.
yeah.
But Brian Pumper somewhere by the projects.
So, okay. Full disclosure, I spent a good chunk of the afternoon writing a video that elaborates on the previous Brian Pumper video that I put out a couple years ago, basically chronicling what I believe he's been up to since he got released. It's almost done. I'm probably releasing it within a couple days. And basically, like, Brian Pumper kept getting spotted when he first got out. Obviously, he got pelted with eggs outside the bounty hunters on the park bench, or the bus stop bench rather. And then after that, somebody caught a clip of him at the barber shop. Then there was a couple of different clips that I saw floating around of him just in various different public locations. And then seen a bunch of clips of him in Venice Beach. And then since then, nothing. For like 6 months, haven't seen a clip of him outside. And given how famous he is and how much people were filming him and putting it out for a long time there, it seems to me like he probably either went out of state. I don't know if he's allowed to do that given his terms of his probation or whatever, or he got a spot. Maybe he just like has an apartment or some shit.
Why you don't sign that nigga to like a porn deal or something?
Munch, if I could get in touch with him, I would love to do whatever. I have a lot of theories. I'm not going to spoil them about why he is not making porn. There's a bunch of different options in my mind. But like, keep in mind, this guy used to be the biggest clout chaser of all time, doing the dances, making the skits in the 7-Eleven with the money on top of his head, all this crazy shit. And now he looks super annoyed whenever anybody tries to talk to him in public, hasn't done an interview, seems like he could really use the money that he might get from doing an interview. Like based on what I see of him, a couple $1,000 to him would be game changing.
Yeah.
But doesn't seem like he's interested in any of that.
Okay, so you see how you in the porn industry, right?
Yeah.
So you ain't hitting the gang of females that we hitting. Okay, him for instance, he a part of LA culture because he used to be in front of Forever 21 at the Fox Hills Mall, and they used to shoot him off, like, because he'd be in front of Forever 21 passing out his cards.
Yeah.
He be walking around the Slauson.
A lot of classic clips of him on the train, hollering
I was
at
gonna
girls.
say he was on the damn on
He
the
was
bus.
everywhere.
Yeah.
I've seen him
Not
a
talking
couple
about
times
before
on the
the-
train years ago.
Yeah.
Hold on, what?
Was
Before
on
he
the
went to
blue
jail?
line,
Yeah,
green
on
line.
Blue Line.
So, but he
Blue
was getting on the
line,
bus
for
to
sure.
recruit bras. See, he was
Yeah.
doing it on
Yeah.
purpose. See, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. He was hitting the same females that we hitting.
Yeah.
I'm like, and he the females I went to school with.
You just digging him down. He gonna turn him into a star.
He was busting
me and him
eggs
hit the
over their
same
heads.
females. we didn't hit like two of the same females. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like you're not really a woman in Los Angeles if you haven't been hollered at by Brian Pumper. Well, except for like the last few years.
All
But
that fake ass Yuri.
I was going to say he had a gang of fake ass chains on.
Yeah.
I seen him.
and there's like a Vlad clip where Vlad asks him about wearing fake jewelry, and he basically says like, "Yeah, all the celebrities have fake jewelry that they'll wear out," and it's like, okay, maybe there's some truth to that, but clearly that's not what's going on.
Yeah,
with
where's
you.
your real kid? Where's your real kid?
You have fake jewelry and no real jewelry.
His is not
Obviously,
visibly fake. That's
It's
costume
visibly
jewelry.
fake.
Yeah,
you
like-
can look at it like, man, that shit fake.
Nah, it should look like you got it from a mall kiosk type.
Yeah.
shit.
and he was
Like,
wearing jewelry that, if it was real, would be like $50,000 or at
100%.
minimum,
He
like
not even trying to hide
crazy
it, it's
jewelry.
fake.
Yeah.
yeah, bust down Cubans and all that. But also, do you think that there's any coincidence to the egg shortage occurring around?
That's a nightmare. Yo, he would have to think of a whole new trick. That's a really good
The
point.
egg shortage and his disappearance. I don't know, coincidence or not.
The cracking eggs on women's head thing, like there's so many they call them nuisance streamers now. Shout out to
Yeah.
my boy Black Dave, who's done a lot of content on No Jumper.
Going crazy.
This dude Atozi just did a video about how Black Dave went to Korea and was basically like drunkenly tormenting a bunch of Korean people on live stream, and they like booted him out of or I guess he fled the country, which is not anywhere near as bad as Vitali.
Whoa, he's fucked.
Vitali, who's like, you guys probably don't know him, but he was like a streamer. You might recognize him. He used to do content back in the day. He was like an early era YouTuber. And he went to, Donnie, can you look up what
Philippines.
country? Philippines. He went to the Philippines and was basically doing streaming content where he's just messing with the people of the Philippines, just kind of tormenting them for like stream content. They locked his ass up. It's going to be multiple years before he even goes to trial.
Yeah.
And then once he does go to trial, it looks like they're probably going to give him like at least 3, 4, 5 years. So this dumbass might seriously not see American soil for like, almost a decade as a result of him just trying to get some clout, which in comparison makes him doing the pedophile hunting seem like a super safe option. Like
Was also
clearly he should have just stuck with that.
But it just shows how clout chasey and disingenuine it was from the beginning. Like,
Yeah.
you never really cared about that. You were just trying to chase numbers.
Do not go to a country with an authoritarian government and just fuck around
Why was
on
the
stream.
country playing?
to try to go viral. Like a lot of people have had this bright idea, like we're going to go to some like poor country where the people are kind of like timid and not likely to, you know, fade you, and then just mess with people, try to make content out of it and like go viral or whatever. But it's like there's been a couple of different examples. Who's that guy, Johnny Somali?
Johnny Somali.
Where's he?
He was Korea.
Oh, okay.
Korea. He got.
He
I want to
locked
say
up
he
too,
got,
right?
No, but
Hey, just real quick, I just want to say, my Fashion Nova jeans are keeping me real polished right now. I look good. I feel good. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to take a dump in my pants by the end of the stream. Lush, continue.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. And if I do, hopefully you guys will tell me.
So first, Ice Poseidon was getting tripped on in Thailand. That was like the first example, and then that kind of set the precedent for Johnny Somali, who got raised up out of Korea, and he was causing a nuisance in Japan. But Johnny Somali caused so much chaos in Korea that people like Reddit forums and like started a little underground movement to like on site. It's like streamer K.
Yeah.
Like if you see somebody doing nuisance streaming on site, you just fade him. You feel me? So he got his ass whooped.
I mean, Dave always was a good friend to me, nice guy. Seeing these clips of him being out and about in various Asian countries and just sort of like bad sexually harassing random old women.
That was not cool.
Not cool at all. Like, damn, I'm watching it just like, I've known Dave for so long, was always the coolest dude. He got a whole video on Thrasher of him just trying this crazy ass blunt slide on this outledge in New York. He's like, you know, he was always a cool ass dude. Worked at Supreme for years and years. I don't know how all of that led up to him basically, you know, he did. Granted, he got the fuck out of Dodge. He left the country.
Yeah,
I think realizing that he was going to get in some serious trouble.
Well, I think he got like hemmed up, but then before like they actually could take him to trial, he got up out of there, which is the smartest thing he could have done.
Yeah, but I just don't understand like where he's at in his life that he was even doing all that shit in the first place.
No, it's like, and just to give Stone and Munch some context, what this dude was doing, he's in like a random market in Asia, and he like sees some lady, some old ass lady. He's like, "Damn, girl, you got ass. Damn, what's up with all that ass?" And she has no clue what he's saying because she doesn't speak English. And so she like looks up like and nervously smiles at him. But it's just like kind of had a sinister vibe to it. I'm not gonna lie.
And especially in a place like Japan, the people are so polite, so kind, so like this is a country where the rules are so strict that if you litter, they will literally give you like 5 years in jail for littering. So as a result, whenever you're in Japan, the streets, you could eat off the curb. Like it is so clean, you wouldn't believe it. And like, it just makes it even more like distasteful to go into these cultures that you are not from and just do nasty shit like that.
Based on the laws so strict in Japan, is that why Kanye feels so safe out there? Because you know, when he did the thing with Ak, he was like, he getting threats out here, so he got arrested in Japan. Why he feel so safe in Japan?
I honestly feel like a lot of people kind of have that feeling. I know Lena loves going back to Japan because it's just like a feeling when you're out there that just like everybody, like no one would ever mess with you no matter what. You could walk around with 10 grand in cash for the rest of the week and nobody's ever going to do anything to you. It's just like, you just feel so safe out there. Personally, I don't really give a fuck, but a lot of people love it.
Well, I think Kanye likes Japan because there's no Jews over there for keeping it a bundle. Like that's probably a big reason.
Kanye's convinced that somebody's gonna kill him.
Hey, hold on. So we got a song talking about he was sucking his cousin D.I.
Yeah,
let's get into
he showed you, brother.
That's a good point. We should talk about that.
Is these dudes just clout chasing, man?
No, they're sucking dick at a young age. Let's show the screen. This tweet just absolutely blew everybody's mind.
A snippet of it I heard.
This song is called Cousin, about my cousin that's locked up in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years after I told him we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. Perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw. My dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found in top of my mom's closet were different. My name is Ye, and I sucked my cousin's dick till I was 14. Tweet sent. I mean, honestly, like Kanye, we have seen him in the middle of this sustained long-term crash out, but it's pretty shocking to just realize that he had this like sexual trauma all these years ago, and he's just sort of trauma dumped onto the internet for all these years. And finally, we're kind of like getting to the root of what makes him the person that he is. Not to say that this apparent molestation was like, you know, the defining factor of his childhood.
Is that a molestation?
It sounds willingly to me.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a molestation.
Molestation is like somebody making you suck their dick until you was
And they're the
14.
same age. Him
He
and his
was
cousin.
doing it on his
Okay,
own,
so they are the
like-
same age. So it's like, I don't, huh? Was it, it's not clear if it was like real molestation or if they were just young dudes
But
experimenting.
He the one introduced the relative to the dirty magazines, right? So
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, you could say he was the instigator. Yeah.
Is he the
That's what I'm
molester?
saying. He just don't want to come out and say like, you know.
So did you put his thing in your mouth? You know what I'm saying? Because that's what that sound like. He
It
said.
sound like he molested the other dude.
Then it start going so far. He said, "All right, we can't no more magazines."
Yeah, because personally, I think that's kind of fucked up if he was sucking dick and didn't get his dick sucked. Because that's not how they're supposed to work. You're supposed to get your get back, right?
No, but be game.
Nah, it's all foul, bro. And then he said the magazines that his mama had is different from the ones that his dad had.
Right. So she probably got some playgirl or whatever, or like dudes, because he say in the song, he says that him and his cousin were copying the acts. But read the second paragraph. Perhaps in my self-centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines.
But,
So
he said my dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found on top of my mom's closet were different. So his mom's were probably like hardcore porn. His dad just had Playboy.
Right, but I think it's guy on guy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's like is like fruity shit or whatever. But
That's actually weird if his mom was looking at gay porn. I feel like very few women look at gay
I don't
porn.
think that's what that meant. I think she was looking at the Mom magazine was women doing things to men. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm thinking too. Is that probably there was just regular sex magazines, and then he took it upon himself to act this stuff out.
Come on,
I mean, yeah, but like if you read that second paragraph, he's the one showing his cousin it. It's like kind of he's the one turning him out. Who's molesting who, gang?
Yeah, it sounded like he molested his cousin.
That's kind of what it sounds
Well,
like.
how many times can you get canceled? Because you can't cancel him for this. Because he been canceled like 10 times.
But, okay,
so
my thing is, I don't think you could take if 2 6-year-olds are doing oral sex on each other. You can't really say that one is abusing or taking advantage of the other.
But he didn't say that.
right?
He said I was sucking my cousin's thing. Until I
He
was
doesn't
14.
use the word rape. He doesn't use the word molestation.
But
Just says that's what he was doing.
But he take responsibility for introducing him to the dirty magazines and said he felt at fault for doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
He might have started it, but if you're both 6 or in the general age range, not like if one of them was 12 and the other one was 6. Clearly, there's a power dynamic here, physically and mentally.
You can't really blame either one of them. You're right, but also on top of that, like a lot of us saw porn at a young age, and it didn't have that effect. Like I found videos. There's whatever channel 34, whatever the squiggly channel was. Remember back in the
No,
day?
it was channel 99, I think.
99.
Yep, I was
Channel
on
9,
that bitch.
yeah.
Yep.
Channel 98. We was
You gotta wait till a certain time.
till the
clock
right
tick
moment.
Come on,
Yeah.
You
you
gotta
talking about
have
the
it.
bullet cable with the
yeah, and there's all
He
kinds
said the
of
squiggly channel.
the squiggly channel.
Fuck it up. You got to switch channels from
Yeah,
back.
you gotta have it switch back to cartoons and shit. So if somebody wake up, come in there, boom, just switch it back.
But that
to
was a good part.
Rugrats or
Okay,
some
at
shit.
least where I was at, 99 was the squiggly porn channel, and then like PBS was like
like 2.
1 or 2 or some shit.
yeah.
So I could just smack that button, try to tuck my dick away real quick, and then mom wouldn't be in on it. Although, why am I watching Sesame Street when I'm like 10 years old?
That's even worse.
Hey, it don't matter,
Drinking
man.
off the
Fuck
Big
it.
Bird is fucked.
Exactly.
Telly. The boys put it in the
Whatever
telly.
he switched back to, as long as it ain't know what it was on, he's like, shit, that's what I was watching. Shit.
But okay, let's be real. Like Kanye admitting this. If he was not in the middle of the sustained crash out, if he hadn't already said every crazy thing that you could possibly think about black people, about Jews, about women, keep in mind this is the same guy who like a couple of weeks ago was tweeting about how he beats women and just was acting like pretty matter of fact about it. Like Cardi beats women. I beat women. It is what it is. Like him admitting to sucking a man off, even if it was just when he was young, is probably like one of the most insane things for a top level rapper to admit to. I would say that this is almost unprecedented. Like when has a top tier rapper that we've never thought was gay ever admitted to having done something like this. We've never, like, who's the biggest rap celebrity who's even admitted to being molested in any way, shape, or form? I feel like it's almost never happened before.
I think the closest example we have, and he's not exactly a hardcore rapper, and I think a lot of people probably already assumed this about him, was when Macklemore famously said in a Grammy-winning song, "In third grade, I thought I was gay."
But that's just him thinking about it. That's nothing compared to actually.
That's probably the closest, right?
YG recently said he was molested by his.
When I was young, I got raped.
Yeah, exactly.
But that was by a woman. So like, and that we thought was a pretty shocking revelation.
Rape is rape.
We thought that was pretty shocking.
When YG
This
said
is
that.
some other shit.
Okay. So the YG thing, I get it was.
Did you get any blowback from that?
Nah, I didn't. But when I watched it back, I felt bad. Like, damn, I kind of went hard.
Yeah, because that was mega drunk. Munchie might have handled it different if you were in a different state of mind.
But him being 14 and that woman is 40, you know what I'm saying? Like, so he just getting used as a sex toy. I don't know. You gotta be in that situation. I mean, but that ain't comparison with what Kanye talking about. He talking about putting somebody's shit in his mouth.
Yeah,
and I think he might be mad at this cousin. That's what it sounds like. He's spiteful, and he trying to have a family looking at this nigga crazy or get him hurt in jail.
I was thinking, who is his cousin?
Yeah, where he at?
Who is this guy?
Man, he in a pen in Chicago somewhere.
Okay, so he in the pen. We know that for sure. Wait.
He's jail for killing a pregnant.
Yeah, this song is called "Cousin," about my cousin that's locked in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years ago. I mean, it's crazy that his cousin chose to just kill a pregnant lady rather than like make a gang of money by doing an expose about Kanye giving him top.
Is this possibly all like a fucking troll?
I think
because he's working with Dave Blunts.
I think it's
and Dave Blunts is like ghostwriting some really crazy shit for him to say and all that. Because
do you think maybe Dave Blunts authored this tweet?
Well, I mean, this reeks of Dave Blunts. I mean, if you listen to the song, like for sure, Dave helped him write the record.
I didn't listen to the song. Am I missing out on anything?
I did. No, but I mean, Dave Blunts is a great writer.
Hey, so do Jules got something against homosexuals?
No.
I feel like
I'm thinking everything is a shot at Jules.
No, I don't think this is.
But I feel like probably the Jews are not like super fond of gay shit, right? Like any like traditional religious community, I think for the most part is like not gonna be feeling the gay shit.
They're probably not psyched on it. You feel, but I don't know. Like I feel like there's way more of a stigma in Islam and in Christianity when it comes to homosexuality than Judaism.
I'm just trying to find out Kanye angle, bro, and what reason why he would tweet some stupid shit like this. I think it's cap though, honestly.
Is definitely
shock value type shit.
If you listen to the song, it sounds like a Dave Blunt song. Dave Blunt is actually, he references Dave Blunt on the song.
Do you want me to do a dramatic reading of these lyrics? Okay, I saw you outside again, just hanging out with your friends, hanging with my cousin, reading dirty magazines. We seen some N-words kissing. We ain't know what that shit mean. Then we start reenacting everything that we had seen. That's when I gave my cousin head. I was on vacation when this came out. I really wish I had been tapped in on this at the time it came out. Gave my cousin head. I gave my cousin head. I gave my cousin head. Jesus Christ. Saw you outside again, just hanging out with your friends. Wait, verse 2, Kanye and Playboy Cardi, really?
It's not Playboy Cardi.
Oh, okay.
They beefing.
Yeah. It's not
But
Playboy.
Kanye did tweet like Playboy Cardi with a heart after it the other day. But anyway, and then he continues, and I know these N-words about to judge me now, and I know that N-words about to judge me now. Started off when we hang out. Told my cousin not to tell nobody. Please, no, don't tell nobody. People tell me to take it to my grave. Truth will set you free someday. I don't think they understand that I'm not attracted to a man. Parentheses, they thought I was gay.
Yeah, you are, bro. You such a dick.
But that's a famous Cardi lyric, remember? They thought I was gay. Okay, and now chorus, Kanye West and Dave Blunt, which, by the way, of all people to collaborate with on a song about being gay or having previously taken part in gay activities, Dave Blunt in like almost every song feels the need to tell you that he is not gay.
Well, yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with Dave,
bro.
But I don't.
Dave Blunt is like the 600-pound auto-tune rap.
Singing on the couch.
Yeah.
Singing on the couch.
He has to sit on He's sitting on the couch for practical reasons because realistically he's probably not able to stand up for a long period of time.
Okay, so reading them lyrics, Kanye did his cousin wrong, bro.
When he's airing it out, and his cousin's locked up
Because he
right
told
now.
him don't tell nobody.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Kanye
His cousin's
foul,
getting
bro.
packed out in the prison because now they all know that Kanye was sucking his dick. This dude's probably like a
He
gang
was
leader in
already
there.
getting
Don't you think
packed
we
out
would've-
for stabbing
Kanye
a pregnant
foul, bro.
woman?
But wait, hold on. But guys, don't you think we would have heard about Kanye's cousin who's like a killer doing LWAP?
No, every
people
rich
got-
person got a
Kanye
cousin.
There's a
made
lot of
his cousin
cousins.
a killer.
Yeah.
He did that to him.
Don't you think? I mean, Munchie probably got like 50 cousins doing all kinds
Shit,
of wild
Flacco had
stuff.
one.
Yeah.
Flacco got a cousin.
Like,
He had like a little,
And we found out about it hella quick. Like he
gangster
talked about
relative in
it.
Philly.
He talked about that shit hella quick. Like he's like, that's the thing. I figure someone of Kanye's level of fame and stature, this story might could have come out at some point in the past 20 plus years.
Wait. This okay. I want to stay in order, but basically, like today, previously there was rumors that Kanye had hooked up with Jeffree Star.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't know none of these
You
names.
guys probably don't know Jeffree Star. For the people at home, basically like a dude who dresses as a woman that's like a really big YouTube creator. Not really like a trans person.
That's not really a trans.
Well,
It's
I
a
mean-
dude.
just a
It's a
crush.
whole
Yeah,
ass
it's
man.
just a dude who dresses like a chick, basically, or like has this like wild style. But wait, I'm
He
kind
got canceled though for saying some racist shit.
Oh yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know
But
a
look,
couple of
Kanye.
people. But he don't like have sex with dudes.
This guy for
I
sure.
know he definitely dates men. Yes,
Oh.
yes. But okay, I'm gonna use hot new hip hop as my source here, because back in the day there was some kind of rumor about Kanye and Jeffree Star. And today, basically, like Jeffree Star confirmed it by tweeting out, "Okay, fuck it, the rumors were true." But I just want to like get the original,
Context.
the original rumor
Oh.
was okay, there was a rumor in 2021 when influencer Ava Louise, who I have quite a history with as well,
Not a trans.
did not hit, but she was the one who went viral during the pandemic for licking the toilet seat. Remember?
Yes.
Yes.
Man,
Absolutely goaded.
But she had a November appearance as well. Well, she hinted at him having had an affair with a very famous male beauty guru. So basically, she leaked it, and it says at the time, Star shut down the idea of having cooked up with Kanye, saying, "This is so weird. This is so stupid. Let me just say this one time. I like very tall men," because I think Kanye is like 5'6" or something. So that's basically like a non-denial. He called it weird and stupid, but he didn't say that it was not true. But so apparently, okay, Kanye West and Jeffree Star really did hook up. That's fucking insane.
Man,
I don't even know what to say about that.
I miss Kanye with the damn polo. I don't like this guy.
College dropout Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like after that he fell off to me.
Through the
man.
wire, all that.
Come on,
Walks,
man.
all that,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yo, but the rest of the lyrics of this cousin song, and this okay, Nitrous
Now,
didn't.
how many verses he got?
Yeah, I know, right? But this one says Kanye West and Dave
Yeah,
Blunt.
Dave Blunt's is
Nitrous don't help me. It just put me in a trance. I'm talking about euphoria. I'm not talking about a man, which this is from a Dave Blunt song.
Yeah.
Like Dave Blunt said this in another song, basically put me in a trance, a trans. I'm talking about euphoria. I'm not
Yeah.
talking about a man.
Bars.
Which Dave Blunt is using this to say I'm not gay, where it feels like, okay, instead they're going with a different meaning here, but told her, don't leave me by my side because I need you by my side. As long as you don't leave me, then I'll probably be all right. And that one time that you left me, I didn't get no sleep that night. And that one time that you left me, I took 10 perks to get high. 10 perks to get high, pray that I don't die. But if I die, see you in the sky. 2 pints of the quay, don't leave, just stay, bae. Let's go on a vacay, leave the world behind. And then I think it just repeats itself.
is all over the place.
Yeah, I gotta listen to it. I can't believe I didn't previously.
So, hey, that part's a lot better than the part about sucking his cousin's dick.
My kid not allowed
I'll
to
say
listen to
that.
Kanye.
He
no more,
just said
bro.
that a gang of
Wait,
times,
so you don't
though,
want your
man.
kids listening to him for real?
No, yeah, Kanye, it's a rap.
Damn,
I don't blame
Ain't no
you.
telling what's gonna come out of his mouth.
a dick.
That's wild.
But okay, the Jeffree Star thing really like adds an additional level to this, because based on just that song, you would think that he was basically just admitting that he, hooked up with his cousin when he was super, super young, which to me doesn't really make you gay.
Now you 14. Well, how was he 6?
Yeah, you gay, bro.
If you're
Oh, he
six,
stopped at 14.
if you're 6 and you suck a dick, that doesn't make
How
you
many
gay.
years
For
said
life.
all the way to
from 6
14,
to
though.
14?
Wait, why do you think it was till he was 14?
He said, I stopped
He
when we
said
were
he
14. He's
stopped
literally in
all
the
the way to
original
14.
tweet.
Oh, holy shit.
Man,
That's
he
crazy.
gay, man.
That's not just a youthful indiscretion.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you're in eighth
Going
grade.
to teenager age, you gay, man.
No, he's a Zestican.
The age that I started beating pussy is the age that he was stopped sucking dick.
That's crazy.
Hey, bro, I think he capping though, bro. He do it a lot for shock value these days. You know what I'm saying?
But Jeffree Star confirmed it damn near.
Also, it gives more credence to Amber Rose's Buka Buka theories.
Amber Rose did say that she was putting fingers in Kanye's butt. I mean, this is a guy who's living his truth. He's just out here doing whatever his heart tells him to do. He's doing it in that moment.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Damn.
He was 3-finger yay.
He's 3. Yeah, could have been both.
Could have been a whole fist. We don't know.
They need to stop putting cameras in that nigga face, and he need to stop doing music. He needs to kick back.
He did this himself, though. He
No, he went to
chose
the
this.
studio. He drove there,
Yo.
How do you think Ty Dolla $ign feels? Like,
relieved that he cut him off.
Do you think he actually cut him off?
Well, they had a, you know what I'm saying?
They definitely had a disagreement.
Yeah, about this disclaimer about, you know what I'm saying?
While I was on vacation too, I saw that there was rumors that Kim Kardashian is helping Bianca, his most recent wife, separate and potentially even sue him and divorce him and all this stuff.
understandable.
Which is like, his world is like really falling apart in a lot of ways. Like, would it surprise you if we just found out Kanye was just woke up? Well, not woke up, but if he just died at some point in the future, because it kind of feels like he's, you know, like that thing that people do before they commit suicide, where they basically like ruin all of their relationships, sell all their stuff, kind of like get themselves ready to be out the door. That kind of feels like that could be what he's preparing for.
Why do humans make such a big fuss? Why can't they be like dogs? When a dog dies, they go and hide so no one has to fucking see it happen.
Is that what they do? You watch Animal Planet or something? That's their process.
That is their process. You ain't never had a dog before?
Nah, I've seen a lot of dogs just lay down and die. They don't go
but they
nowhere.
but they be trying to
Yeah,
hide,
they
bro.
just go lay down somewhere, just right there, wherever they lay down there and die.
They try. If a dog has a choice, they gonna find a discreet place. It's like in their instinct, so their family don't got to see them die.
But have you ever thought about how you would off yourself if you were? You ever been tempted to do it?
Hell yeah!
Do you have a whole plan in your head about how you would make it happen?
Hell no.
Yeah.
No.
I'm taking that hot shot. You feel me? Stairway to heaven, baby. Hell yeah!
I would literally go rob a bank, lay it down. Then after that, I'll probably have a reason to live after that. You know what I'm saying? Like, now I'm happy I'm up. You know
I
what
thought
I'm
of like before I thought of like, you know, not really killing myself, but like some type of suicide. I was like, you know, I just, you know, do some crazy shit when the police show up. I just, you know,
or go to the ops and get bragging.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Go to the ops, get bragging, and the police come, bust at them too, and they kill a nigga, and I'll be dead. You know
I mean, that would be kind of like,
I ain't never thought of just killing myself.
that would be the easiest way to do it, because then you're like I feel like putting it to your head and pulling the trigger has got to be like one of the hardest things in the world to actually, like, you got to want to do it so bad that you're willing to just end it all, end the possibility of your life having a future. I feel like I don't think I'd be able to pull the trigger.
Well, I'm not selfish enough to do that, honestly, at the end of the day. But like, what I have thought about is like, damn, life sucks, and I really wish that I could just die doing something hella heroic. Like let me like a little kid's about to get hit by a car, and Lush jumped in front of the car and pushed the kid out the way. And
Well, that wouldn't be suicide, buddy.
I know.
Suicide is planned.
I know. But I'm saying that like I've thought, like I've had the desire for that to happen, but that's the closest I've actually felt to, you know what I'm saying?
Life ain't never that hard.
It's not.
No,
it's really not.
Okay, right now, being on the side of like having your brain together, yeah, suicide sounds like the dumbest thing you could ever possibly do.
100%.
Because wouldn't it be so much better to like just be a guy working at Walmart or some shit, or, you know, just to do like literally anything is better than death. You know, and but when you're really that fucked up in the head, it doesn't feel that way. It feels like there's so much you want to escape from. You know, it's like being a bum. Go to Skid Row, just hang out.
Hey, honestly, bro, I think you kill yourself, you're a coward. You know what I'm saying?
It's very cowardly, undeniably cowardly.
You know, a lot of niggas be cornered off by the police. Oh, I ain't doing life, and can I? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know niggas that got life. They got visits every 90 days, having babies, jail babies and shit. You know what I'm saying? They got their little thin necklace and rings, and they go to the yard every day.
They got a thin
every day.
necklace.
Niggas in jail shooting dice, all kind of shit. So I ain't offering myself for nothing.
I don't know. Like,
That's out.
It varies culture to culture. Like back in the day in Japan, it was considered, and even knights, like in medieval times, it was considered an honorable thing to kill yourself before. Like, let's say the ops are raiding the castle, and there's no way you gonna win. It's more honorable to kill yourself than to be captured by the enemies. So that's just the way different cultures look at it. So
no, when I hear stories about like people getting abducted and like locked in enemy prisons and tortured and shit like that, for sure that's like, okay, I don't think I really got it in me to be the guy who's getting tortured for 5 years before I eventually go back home. Like I don't know, that just sounds. But then again, you know, like the guy who makes it out the other side of that would probably tell you like, nah, you should stick it out because life is the most valuable thing you could possibly have.
Okay, I know I ain't got a confuse. I think it's Chris Brown, and he was telling a story about his boyfriend that was real abusive, and he tried to kill himself, but it didn't work. You know what I'm saying? He ended up shooting himself in the head, and his outcome is like mine. So if you try to kill yourself and it don't work, ain't that like attempted murder?
well, are you talking?
No.
Wait,
No, for real, you try to off yourself, bro, and it didn't work.
So put his ass in jail.
So if I try to get off on J Stone and completely miss, it, gonna send me to jail. But you try to off yourself and you incomplete pass, and that's attempted murder, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not even illegal to try to kill yourself
Yeah, it's
or
not
to
illegal
kill
to do
yourself.
that.
But what are they going to charge you with, like discharging a firearm
charge
in
your
a
ass.
public dwelling? Or some shit? Do they bother to charge you?
Nah,
No,
I think they
right.
just like send you to somewhere to get
Yeah, they're gonna
help.
send you to a crazy hospital.
Yeah.
You're gonna be in
Yeah.
a crazy hospital for some years.
Right. Okay, but
That shit crazy.
let's be real. Kanye's career is torched for a whole variety of reasons. If he were, but a lot of people have kind of hypothesized, like, okay, well, if he stopped saying this stuff and got his mental health back together, and like he kind of could like clean up his image if he kept releasing music and if he stopped saying all this crazy stuff. Do you feel like in the long run, or I guess I'll just say that I feel like in the long run, him admitting to sucking penises from 6 to 14 would almost like do more destruction to his career in hip hop than any of the stuff that he said about the Jews wearing the Klan's outfit, slavery was a choice, all of his greatest hits, all the craziest shit he ever said. I feel like when it comes to guys like Munchie and Jay Stone here, the dick sucking tales might do more to stop him from having a comeback than anything else.
I agree.
I don't
True or
like the
false?
400 years of slavery is a choice thing. And then you got to bust down swastika, bro. And then you gonna get a all black KKK. If you sucking some gerb, that's your choice. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Sucking some gerb.
I don't know, man. I'm just done with him now because I think he lying, bro.
He's lying?
No,
Or he trying to tarnish this cousin of his that's in jail.
there is a possibility of this being a completely fabricated incident right here.
Why
There
would he
is-
lie about that?
Okay,
though?
so if you wanted to be therapeutic, right, just do a song and let out and vent. Why would you do it with somebody? Does Dave do y'all talking about that always play with the idea of being gay or maybe not being gay? You know what I'm
maybe
saying?
that made him feel a little bit more comfortable with the idea of airing it out.
Well,
I used to know with Lil Nas X.
Well, I think that's a good question. I think the whole Dave Blunt's thing is not about his sexuality. Dave Blunt's just has no filter whatsoever. It's just pure stream of consciousness. Whatever he's thinking about.
I think Dave Blunt, it's not that he has no filters, that Dave Blunt just has an edgy sense of humor like myself. And
Right.
he thinks that it's funny to say stuff about not being gay in songs. And he did it one time. He got a bunch of attention. Because Dave Blunt's had a lyric where he said, I love all my N-words, but I'm not a fag or whatever.
Right.
And like that went so viral that I feel like he just kept feeding into it because he thinks it's funny to sort of troll people and get that reaction, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, but he does a lot of things, and it's not just based on his sexuality. Like everything that he kind of says is just like, you feel me? That thing that clip from what's it called, In My Kitchen. The On the Radar freestyle where it's considered the 23 greatest seconds in hip hop history. He just goes off.
Yo, I'm about to call this motherfucker Dave Blunt and ask him about
Yeah,
some
get Dave on
top.
the
I need
phone.
I need some info on this.
What's up with Cuzzo Top?
Ain't nothing like some top from your cousin.
Ain't no Cuzzo Top.
Dave Blunt! Dave! What's going on, brother? We on No Jumper Live right now.
What's up? What's up?
Bro, I just got one question, and you tell me if this is too much. I know you probably signed all kinds of NDAs, but why would Kanye decide to come out and speak about his antics that he did with his cousin on a song with you, someone who has kind of like famously told us over and over and over in songs over the last year that you are not gay? Like, where do you feel like you fit into that puzzle?
You have to ask that man about what he did, man. I don't speak for other people or what they got going on. I love Ye. Ye's my brother. I support him. Simple as that.
Okay, fair enough.
Hey, he media trained.
He's big media trained.
Trained from my brother, man. He supported me, so I'm gonna support him.
Damn.
Dave, my theory was that because you're so open with yourself and you have like pretty much no filter and you do a stream of consciousness style, that could have inspired Kanye to just speak his truth. He gone.
Whoa, he's gone just like that. Damn. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, Dave. Apologies to Dave if he wasn't filling that line of question. What you were saying was very positive there.
No, but it's like, but I think he was already gone
Hey,
at that point.
I wouldn't mind doing a crime with him, because he know how to keep it. You feel me?
He kept the G.
Yeah,
He kept the G.
We can run in a liquor store and rob.
Yeah, I like the idea of you and Dave Blunts being the sticky bandits together would be a good look.
My homie's allowed to get as much shot from his cousin as he wants to give as much shot.
Man, if
from his
he was
cousin.
running a liquor store with you, he getting caught.
Man, I hope.
Dave Blunt.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
He ain't
Yeah.
nowhere.
Yeah, that silhouette is pretty
That's
recognizable.
good. He ain't gonna tell because he getting caught.
Yeah, I think he gonna hold it down.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna do music with Kanye, you got to know that you can't just call into No Jumper and talk about it.
Well, you probably didn't think we were live, but you know what I'm
Well, I
saying?
think I told him.
Oh, well, no, when you said like we're live, he was like, he's not going to hang up right then, but like,
Yeah, he probably just wanted to see where it was going to go.
Pray for Ye.
Pray for Ye.
You know how they were
That's
trying to say it's
crazy.
life of Ami. The new thing is pray for Ye.
yeah.
Suck for Ye.
Nah, pray for Ye. Hey.
Man, fuck that. Pray for his cousin, man. He molested that nigga, man.
Yo, how we talk to the cousin?
We gotta find more information.
But no, don't pray for his cousin because he in there for stabbing a pregnant woman. So
Yeah, right. Wait, but
both of them.
she died, I assume.
Yeah, murder. He said.
Yeah.
I don't know. This might be cat, bro. Man, you don't know with the internet these days, though.
Wow.
These tweets be crazy.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yo, maybe the exposers could put us in touch. There's a lot of people out there pulling paperwork and figuring out puzzles like that. Maybe we could.
We
get
should
to the
call
bottom
Whack
of it.
for the paperwork.
No, for real.
He got all the
check
paperwork.
this out, bro.
Yeah.
That ain't no. Because everything is about content. Like, it's gonna just start a clubhouse room and ain't gonna be necessarily true. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I can't wait to ask Whack about that on Thursday. That's gonna be funny.
Okay, so it says right here that the first time it was mentioned was here, but it says Ye did not disclose his cousin's name and no official records have confirmed his identity. However, his ex-wife Kim Kardashian discussed this relative in her 2020 docuseries, The Justice Project.
Really?
Yeah, noting that the cousin received a double life sentence for a murder committed at age 17.
Wow.
So he does have.
At age 17.
Yeah, 3 years after he started to stop getting his dick sucked. He,
Hold on. So he was 17 in 2020?
No.
Nah.
Kim was talking about it in 2020 because remember she was doing her whole justice reform shit. And
Yeah.
So like during that, and she's still with Ye at that time.
Yeah.
So she was probably trying to help his cousin come home type shit. Because
And so he got convicted at 17?
correct, he got convicted at 17 for killing. Yeah,
Man, we got to get in touch with him. We got to
How
find
old is
out.
Kanye?
Kanye got to be like 45, 47.
Probably
So
something like that.
subtract that, whatever year that was, you gotta type in murder in Illinois. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh yeah. So that would be what, 30 years ago?
and shit. His last name might be West.
It'd be like 1995.
I mean, there's so many hardcore Kanye fans out there that I feel like they're probably already working on uncovering this mystery.
Yeah, I mean, I'm shocked that we wouldn't have already. I think at this point, people are kind of just so sick of all this fuck shit that people don't even investigate the lore. Like,
Exactly. That's part of all this is that it's not getting like, if this was normal Kanye, or like, rewind the clock like 10 years or whatever, when he was still just behaving like a regular guy, and this had come out of his mouth, then for sure this would be like the biggest news of the year. But given that we already are existing in this media landscape where Kanye has said like a lot of the craziest shit possible, it's just, I mean, it's gotten attention online, but it seems like people just don't really know what to make of it, if anything.
Yeah, I mean, pray for Ye.
Pray for Ye. I mean, yeah. All right. There's so many inappropriate jokes. I'm not
We're gonna stick to pray for Ye, man.
Pray for Ye.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta pray for sanity, dude.
And all the people who had traumatic childhood sexual experiences, because I mean, regardless of if he initiated it, I mean, you would like to live in a world where this wasn't a thing.
Well, yeah, and like, so props to, even if it is true or it isn't true, if he's able to help other people, if this song is able to help people that have gone through that, deal with their pain, and then make them feel more comfortable about speaking about abuse that happened to them.
That's a good point.
That is like a silver lining.
Don't seem therapeutic, bro.
They don't. You're right.
Yeah, and talking about I'm in euphoria. I'm not talking about a trans, like on that song. Like, but I mean, like him being willing to both be real about it and then also kind of joke about it on the same song. There's a ton of people out there who were abused as kids who are never going to talk about it for as long as they live. And this song in some way kind of takes a little bit of the power out of that accusation by him being willing to be open about it. So in some way I could see it having a pretty positive effect on people.
I get what you're trying to say. You make light of a bad situation, but
I don't know. I'm not optimistic about the hip hop community.
You're a good play defender.
I mean, no, okay. Like if you're some kid who had been through that, and then you've got one of the most famous rappers in the world talking about it, and not just talking about it, but kind of clowning it and kind of like making a circus out of it, making music about it, it probably might take this thing that you've been carrying around in your head for all those years and kind of take some of the weight out of it.
That'd more so be a trigger.
Yeah, it could be a trigger too. You're right.
That's a good point.
It could be a trigger, but also awesome. But like Ye is very, very calculated and smart, even through his randomness. Yeah. Because choosing Dave Blunts to be the vessel to unleash this is so fucking smart. Because I can't think of a way he could have expressed this that would have gone better than this. Like, how are you going to say
from Hawthorne?
Oh, Tyler? Yeah.
He should be on this too.
Tyler on the remix.
He should definitely be on this remix. Hey, I'm going to read out the donations and the memberships right now. Shout out to everybody supporting us with the memberships. In particular, if you do cop a membership in like 10 minutes, we're going to turn off the regular chat, so it's going to be members only. We just gifted 50 members.
This chat about to be crazy.
Yeah, so shout out to everybody. But Taylor Hill, Stephen Olette, and Slim 2X, we appreciate y'all becoming members. Ralph Amiri did say AD from No Jumper, which reminded us of how funny it was when China Max said that back in the day when they were lying about having a squabble. P. Black Wolf sent $10 and said, Stona fam in this bitch. He donated twice, actually, showing love to J Stone. So
from the tail.
Appreciate that.
4RM.
Allie Dangerfields sent 5 memberships. Anybody who gifts memberships in the chat, you are an absolute icon and hero to the community. We appreciate you. Lush 1 donated $2 and said, I'm the biggest junkie here by a significant margin. Significant. And Bandman said blat with a red drip emoji. BMX 1803 said $5, said Adam went from the Crips to the Bloods, but they're both crippled. You cannot make that shit up. Peanut butter jelly time. God damn it.
Hey, that's the same BMX nigga from like
he been tweaking, bro.
He's got a fucked up sense of humor, this guy. Yeah.
We do appreciate the super chats, and he does look like a
BMX,
he looks like a 15-year-old kid in his profile.
Who's the crippled blood? The AD? AD kind of got Dave Blunt's thing going on.
No, he do, but I mean, we did have T-Rell over here.
Yeah. I was never really consistently on camera with T-Rell, though.
We did have T-Rell and Smack. We had two crippled Crips.
I found out that Smack gets money from the government.
I mean, how else would he? You thought he got money from podcasting?
I think they were talking about, I forget where I saw it, but I can't believe that. Like, that's such a crazy roll of the dice that, like, you just come out kind of handicapped and you just, like, get free money for life.
Well, it's not like he's, like, in a higher tax bracket, which would take him out of the,
Wait, but you think if he got rich, they would stop giving him that money? Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, absolutely.
That makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Nigga Smackness has some show on the internet. Now they in your motherfucking finances, nigga.
I mean, I just didn't know. Obviously Smack's not all there, but I had no idea that he was that not there.
Yeah.
Why is Sharice Mills calling me?
Let's get Sharice on the line.
Sharice Mills, what you doing?
What's up, Adam? I got Cannon on the line. 1 second. I'm gonna bring you.
Hell yeah.
Cannon.
Sweetie! Falls right in line.
That's my line right there.
Where's
That sounds like a race riot. What's going on? Yeah.
Yo.
Man, the grinding, what you got going on?
Shit, doing a podcast with Munchie B and Stoner from the town, aka J Stone Rue. How you doing? And Lush, obviously.
Yeah, and Lush too. Tell Peanut Butter Munch how he doing.
Okay.
Hey, I asked him, is he PC'd up yet?
Yeah, we're gonna hang up if you're gonna be doing that line of questioning.
No, leave him on there. Why you snitch on Eddie Boy in court?
You said what?
Why you snitch on Eddie Boy in court?
Who snitched on him? Listen, you goofy.
Hey, hold on. Why you telling your brother? Why?
Dude.
My brother did that. Why you telling your brother?
You blind.
Why you telling your brother?
What you talking about?
I didn't do that. My brother did that.
You goofy.
Why you telling your?
Shut up.
Is you still 32 or 42?
You a buster. You a sweetheart.
You know your wife about to get ran while you gone, right?
All right, so you just said you was gonna cut off the call for him saying that.
No. He's still
Well, it
here.
feels like mutual combat now. Yeah.
Yeah, we boxing. Hey, Sharice, man, stand up on his place, bro.
One of the two.
Hey,
Let me know.
stand up over his place, bro. Big back. Hey, look. Hey, slow blood.
You a buster, bro.
Hey, what happened with you and
You a
Bricc?
sweetheart. Listen,
Why you lie about kicking Bricc out the
you
cell?
a real life buster, bro.
Hey, look, listen, slow cannon. Look. Why are you lying about kicking Bricc out the cell?
Call in and
Slow
get this
cannon.
turned up, you
Slow
old
cannon.
ass nigga.
Hey, who put you on the hood, cuz?
Yeah,
Who put you on?
Anyways, can you mute the peanut butter?
No, hey, man, stand on woman's place, blood. Goddamn.
Which one like?
Ah, goddamn.
Continue or you want to mute the nigga?
No, man.
We can't mute him. He's here in real life.
I'm here in real pop.
Okay, well, tell him to shut the fuck up.
Hey, Butterbean.
Peanut butter.
Hey, slow cannon. Tell your bro shut up, bro.
Hey, just
Slow cannon. Oh man, cool. Hey man, I can't wait to Big you beat your ass. Hey, look. Why you snitching your brother in court, bro?
You ain't gonna do nothing.
Nah, nigga, you in jail.
On nothing, bro. My name is clean, brother. Not like yours. You got your eyes stopped out. Your own homie stopped out your eyes.
I'm a torch Sharice. I'm telling her to stay in a woman's place. She don't know how I am.
Let's go. Let's go.
Hey, slow cannon. Hey, tell your bro Biggie. I'm talking to you.
For you to call someone slow when your ass slow, please.
Hey.
Shut the hell up. You sound slower than slow. I don't want to hear shit you gotta say, my nigga. Okay, I thought so. I thought
What's going on there?
I don't know. She play with that pussy or something. Oh, everything.
Oh, that pussy, you would never. You wish. I'm sure you can't see shit either.
Nigga,
But you never.
What? Hey, bro, I just did content on that water you was in. What you mean I wish?
Because you know why? That's why your ass ain't got.
Why is your jacuzzi water green?
Oh, please.
Why is your jacuzzi water green?
My coochie water ain't
No,
green.
jacuzzi. You slow too. No. Why is your jacuzzi water looking like a swamp?
Listen, what the hell are you talking about? How do you even know?
This shit on my YouTube channel. Go look. Go subscribe. The whole chat scene that your jacuzzi water was brown and green.
You wish.
No, I don't. It's on YouTube.
What you got?
It's on YouTube.
You got nothing. You got 4 walls. Go sit in the corner.
I got 4 walls.
Go sit in the corner.
Nah, I ain't in no cell. He is. Hey, look. Hey, Sharice.
No, who's that?
I was talking to Slow Cannon, bro. Why you hopping in
I don't
shit?
give a fuck who you talking to. I'm talking to you now, my nigga.
Man, hey, bro. Hey, look. Go take a bath, bro.
You can't call my man slow when you at your
man.
bitch ass out.
All right, look. Sharice, go take a bath, okay?
Shut the fuck up. Period. Shit.
So how you, Sharice? How you holding up?
I'm holding up great. I'm doing just fine.
Man, don't hold her up. Let her get in the tub. Hey, cause that jacuzzi water was fucked up on the dead homies. That shit was brown.
You're not hearing
The
me
whole
on the dead
cock.
homies, my ass.
Man, I'm gonna send you the shit when I get done.
On the red homies.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the. Shut the fuck up. That's what I said.
That's
gotta
what you
put some
said.
respect on this, nigga. You wish.
Where your boyfriend go? Where's
Slow around me,
go?
my nigga. You can't breathe.
He hung up?
Air around me, my nigga.
He left her hanging like that?
He probably hit his limit or something.
Oh man, he left you hanging?
That's all you could do. You can't even breathe over here.
Man, cause I want to get at him, man. Why
you search the internet, right?
Ah, man, go get that baby fat off, bro. Then come back.
Shit, my nigga. You wish.
What's what?
You wish. You heard what I said, my nigga.
Still if it sound right saying nigga, bro.
Anyway.
What crazy. Oh, he good. Man, Trump gonna get you. He's from Trinidad. He's sending you back.
You going back? You got broken English and all kind of shit.
She don't gotta lose weight, though. She can stay fit.
Caribbean, my nigga.
No. You didn't see that video when she was going to the court bed and breathing hard as fuck?
Your ass couldn't even know what
She's about to fall out.
The last interview that you did. Your ass is so fucking... Yo, I can't with it.
Man, get the words out.
You got me talking to this weird ass nigga.
What about the last interview?
I'm a weirdo, but at least I ain't got peanut butter in my ass. Nigga, shut the fuck up.
Hey, what's up with the jacuzzi water?
I said, shut the fuck up, I said. Talking about jacuzzi water. Nigga, at least I got a motherfucking jacuzzi. What the fuck you got?
I ain't bragging on no dirty water.
You got a pot to piss in.
All right. So you cool with the dirty water? So you cool with the dirty water?
It didn't look like Flint, Michigan, though, right?
Shut up.
Flint, Michigan? Hey, that's the dirtiest water you could think of, because I think her shit fucking out over.
No, it's called chocolate chip sundae, nigga. You don't know nothing about that, okay? It's called having whipped cream and chocolate in the water.
Whipped cream ain't got nothing to do with that water. Whipped cream is not green, bro.
She said it was chocolate in it, too.
Chocolate?
Yeah. Water. You wouldn't know nothing about that because you can't see
chocolate chip water?
That is too advanced for me. I wasn't aware.
Ain't nobody in here heard no chocolate chip water.
Chocolate chip water?
What is whipped cream and chocolate chip water?
Yeah, what is that exactly?
It's called a sundae, baby. It's called a sundae.
Oh, that's some bullshit. Get her off the phone.
Her dude ain't out.
I don't want these young ladies to follow that lead and be on some
chocolate chip water and whipped cream. What nigga was in it?
Oh, no.
Munchie be getting laid. He be bringing some work in here.
Man, hey, she crazy. I owe my daughters, I would never touch nothing like that, getting out the water and it's looking like that, bro. That's not sanitary. You couldn't even get in the porn industry, bro. They test every week.
You can't even get your shit straight. Go wipe your ass.
We all have to wipe our ass. All right, yo, Sharice, it was good talking to you.
Stay up, baby.
Keep your head up.
Much love, Sharice. Free loose.
Yeah, tell him.
Tell you sound like a fucked up carburetor. Hey, look.
My nigga.
Hey,
keep your ass up.
I
got some peanut butter for you later if you want it.
Man, go get in the bath, bro.
All right, appreciate you.
Bye, baby.
Jesus Christ. That's that chocolate chip water.
I don't know anything about that.
What is that for?
Ain't no such thing as that shit. She
making fun of her bath water and she's saying that's that chocolate chip water. I'm like, what?
Is that for health reasons?
No, she put chocolate and whipped cream in the shower. On some freaky shit?
That's not good
No,
for
but that's what I'm saying. It had to be a nigga over there, because why would you do that by yourself?
Bro, that's
the only way I can see it like being like logical. Like you had a nigga like he was doing some stuff to you.
I had that shit on my channel. I had nipples showing all that. They didn't even flag it.
Yo, they can't. Munch just immediately turning up on this. Like that was so fucking funny.
Well, he started it.
He started it. We in there. You gonna go PC? Oh, it good. Like you're about to be out of there in a minute.
Oh, loose.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he said Big U gonna knock him out.
Yo, but they're in the same section apparently,
facility.
Right?
But what's this I heard about? People were saying that he was actually in MCJ and he wasn't even in it.
No, MDC.
Yeah, but I heard that people were saying that he was actually in MCJ at one point. Like, and it wasn't even just
back then?
Yeah.
I mean, but he didn't have this dumb shit going on with him. Or even getting on people's nerves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, everybody know that the dude's not really from where he from. Okay. I believe in DNA. You know what I'm saying? His dad is a compulsive snitch, bro. His dad's a hood hopper at this park, Hoover, wrote the 60s, and he's put people in jail and got them life. The apple don't fall too far from the tree. You said in open court, I didn't do that, my brother did. That's telling.
Did Luce what I want to know is, did Luce actually grow up in LA, or he from the IE?
Man, he from the IE.
That's the main thing.
He's from the IE, bro.
Anybody who's seen, I was very, very impressed by Traplo Ross's Big U indictment documentary. Extremely well made. Probably the best piece of content I watched while I was on vacation. But I was left feeling like there's definitely some holes in Luce Canada's story. There's definitely some stuff. God damn, she's calling back, and you know that means he's on the line.
Man,
Sweetie,
Let me just call back. Hold on.
Sweetie.
Yeah, hold on.
He said, "Sweetie, I gotta talk to you, sweetie."
Fuck.
I want to know if he wants to do. Was he really with Bricc or not? I mean, we know
somebody if you can't see.
Oh, there we go. What you saying? Let's keep it civil. What are you trying to say here?
Listen,
Man, he trying to. Hey, man, they about to try to do some content, man.
He see me, right? But how can he see me?
Who said that?
He didn't say that.
Man, you lying again?
You said I can't wait until I beat
Hey.
He didn't say that.
Didn't you produce for 50 Cent?
Hey, bro, he said he produced for 50 Cent. Did you produce for 50 Cent? Hold on, did you tell Adam you had a song with Drake? He sound like Snoopy Badass. You bringing Drake to Bompton now? Look, didn't you tell Adam you had a song with Drake?
Yep.
Where's the song at? Where's the song at? Where is the song at? Where's the song at? Where's the song at? Where is the song? Where's the song? What happened when you pushed up on Meek Mills and then security they just turned their back on you and let you do it?
Sweetie.
What happened? What happened? Hey, what happened when Nip told you to finish what he started? Untalented as fuck though. I want to know, bro. What happened?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nip the Great said, "Finish what I started, and you have no career, no accolades." What happened? What happened? What happened to you dissing Wack 100 on Cookout, but now you was sucking his dick? What happened? I'm not for. I want to know.
Hey, like, can they like do like a, you know, you let him talk and he let you talk?
One mic.
Like one mic.
What'd you?
You need a new host. Munchy ain't it?
Nah, he's pretty good.
Man, I'm dope, bitch. Knock it off.
I'll be home soon.
That's good.
Home soon,
The fuck?
bro.
Man, I'll meet you on Aberdeen.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up. You can't talk.
I'll meet you on Aberdeen.
Buster, use a mark.
I'll meet you on Aberdeen.
Shut the fuck up.
Come on, I'm waiting for you.
I ain't giving you no dick. You ain't waiting on me.
I dare you.
Can't get none.
I dare you.
What?
Oh, my mama, I dare you. Because you can't even find
You
me.
say you sound like a snitch like your husband. Be quiet.
Yo,
I
Sharice.
sound like a snitch like my
How you say I'm alert on Aberdeen? Kick back.
No, your bitch ass is the snitch. Your bitch ass is the one that got fucked in the ass. So
No, I didn't have it. Sharice, I have a question. If Loose Cannon gets 20 years, are you gonna hold him down?
Hell no.
Absolutely.
Hell no.
Absolutely.
Real bitch alert.
Hell no.
Real, absolutely.
Hey.
Hell no. You can't get conjugals in the feds.
You don't have to. Listen, bro. You with a girl before.
Hey, what that nigga Bricc say?
You
You ain't even talk.
bro.
This nigga said, he sound like a putty for the Pirates.
Do you
Shut
not
up.
hear how you sound? I think you need
Shut
to
up.
record yourself.
Hey, bro,
Munchie.
tell your bitch to shut up, bro.
I really think you need to record yourself.
Oh my God.
Okay, I really do.
Hey. Ain't you on Aberdeen right now?
Stop saying that, bro. Just speak.
You can't say nothing about nobody's speech, bro. This nigga crazy.
Bitch. All right, Sharice, we gave him enough content.
I want to know.
All right,
Me?
Adam, I love you.
Bro, your middle name is Ashley. You can't even talk to me.
Lush. Listen, shut up, bitch. Get off this.
Am I lying?
You
Ashley
old,
Cannon.
nigga. You don't even supposed to be on the phone with me.
Why
You
not?
a goofy. You a buttercup.
Ain't
I'm not supposed to be on the phone with him.
Yo, bitch ass.
All right. Appreciate you guys. Much love.
Damn.
Hey, stay dangerous, bro.
Damn, free loose. This shit crazy.
That was crazy.
I want to know what
That
the
was
deal
weird,
with.
bro.
I wanted to hear him say what the deal with Bricc was. Like,
I wanted to ask her
Right.
what was up with that fucking chocolate chip water.
You saw it too?
No, I didn't ever see it. I want to know what that's about because
It was a
yeah.
bath bomb.
that's what I was trying to get to.
That
like,
does kind of make
That's
sense.
cap.
Okay,
That ain't no
yeah.
bad bomb. Nigga, that shit some dirt. Nigga, nigga, that shit was dirt.
said it looked
nigga.
like
Hey, bro, man, ain't nothing sexy about that bath bomb if that's the case. Why you couldn't make that motherfucker pink or something? Like,
he could be sexier.
I've gone. There was like a store I went to one time that had like all bath bombs.
I think they're called. I think
So
it's
you gonna
called
get some
Lush,
shit
actually.
brown?
Yes,
that look
it
dirty.
is. Yes, it's called. That's a good point. It's called Lush.
Yeah.
Wow, that was
You
crazy.
get custom bath
Hey, they
bombs.
hot over there on the phone.
Hey, I tried to shut it down right there.
Hey,
As soon as he started saying something about you, I'm like, we're not going to do this. And then you were like,
but hold on. They calling Adam all kind of bitches. Got Munchie up there. I ain't mad at you, Adam.
Damn, I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen Adam like cape for someone as much as he did you right there. He was like defending every single thing.
No, I just don't. When people
like-
put that
yeah, I like
allegation
that.
on him, I just don't like it because it's like,
No, I liked it.
Hey, listen. That nigga can't say nothing about some stuttering. He can't speak, bro. For one, on IG, that bitch is dirty. He said 20 years, not gonna happen. There is no conjugals in no motherfucking feds, and he's gonna snitch if he ain't doing it already. You might as well, because they go poke holes in your soul.
I mean,
bro, he did some snitch. He did some snitch shit right here. Corroborated a story that's actually true on a crime. That's telling. It's on black and white now. It's documented that's snitching what he did.
Well, yeah,
you admitted to a crime.
Realistically, it will be very and like I'm rooting for him coming home, but it'll be very difficult for him to come home without telling. Like, there's no real way. And like the feds give away 10-year sentences like it's motherfucking like rubber bands in science class. They stay, you feel me? Literally, bro. Like, they have no problem giving a 10-piece to somebody. In fact, they don't typically give away sentences much smaller than that.
My optimism about either Bricc or Lush getting home in the near future has definitely significantly diminished. You know, it's just not really seeming like that's going to be the case. Now, hopefully it does, but I mean, it's looking like it's going to be a little while.
Once you don't get bond shit.
If you don't get a bail that first time, then what's going to change after the fact? You see fucking Dirk and Youngboy putting up houses and millions of dollars and full-time security guarantees and all this kind of shit. I mean, realistically, I mean, that's not really something they're in the position to do. So,
yeah,
I don't know.
Hey, can y'all hear that the girl ain't mentally there?
Well, that was pretty. That was funny when you said that she was going to get deported.
But is she? She's not a citizen.
No, I don't know about that. But
she's from Trinidad. I don't know if she's a citizen, but like, when I hear her to say "nigga," she don't even.
Yeah, she don't sound right
like
saying it.
Came over here yesterday.
She's an island gal.
I was just in Turks saying that a lot. I was telling everybody they were island boys.
Yeah.
I got a lot of love out there. I was pretty hyped.
Were you recognized quite a bit, or?
Bro, I fucking walk off the plane and get into this room with like 400 people waiting in the tiniest, like for like, you know, 2 people checking people through. And I'm just thinking like, God damn, we're going to be standing here for like 2 hours to get through customs. And some fucking girl just comes right out to me. Adam 22 just fucking rushed us right through that thing.
Well, that's right.
I've never been so happy to be well known in my entire life. In that moment, I really felt like my girl was happy that she brought me on this trip. So that was good.
So like how like refreshed did you feel coming home on a scale of like 1 to 10 type shit?
Pretty refreshed, and I'm happy to now be completely back in the bullshit. But that being said, I want to just finish going through these. Synthwave sent $20 and said, talk about the low quality of the content being released while Adam is away on vacation and how out of control the No Jumper staff is while Massa is off the plantation. First, I would like to rebuke the slavery reference that you just used right there. I will say that watching Whack podcast without me is like, it's just like, I now understand why I am such an essential role in that, because he was asking Aunt Hefe questions and then just like going on like a 30-minute rant before he even let Aunt begin to answer it. Like, he just needs someone to keep him on track. And it's like, when I watch the podcast that he did without me, it's like, oh, I completely understand why I am so essential to this dynamic. So because when Whack doesn't have anybody like reining him in and like basically trying to keep him on topic, he's good at the fact that he can just talk for hours and hours and hours, but he just like doesn't choose like a topic to talk about almost at all.
I mean,
ever.
like, to be fair, okay, I didn't even know I was gonna do that until about like an hour beforehand. Because
and you were really wearing your clothes backwards, huh?
Yeah, like I'm on my fly shit. I'm the fuck is he talking about?
He's like, hell yeah, I'm totally crossed out. I love that you just like take like a hip hop group from like 1991 and you're just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna like kind of dress like they were dressing. Yeah,
that's what
there was another group who wore the clothes backwards too, wasn't it? Another Bad Creation, didn't they do it?
ABC was doing that too, but no, it's for sure a crisscross thing. But like, you didn't see like Cardi doing that 2 months ago?
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But that's not totally not
Fly God.
Totally not copying Cardi or anything.
So what you saying? You said you didn't know you was about to do what though?
I didn't even know I was going to be hosting that show that day with Whack.
Well, weren't you talking about it for like a week beforehand?
Nah, not that one. That was a different one. That Flacco was supposed to do that, but Flacco was scared of Whack, so he didn't want to do the podcast. He's like, Lush, you do it. Lush, it was, you could literally see it.
Did we talk about the fact that apparently Loose Cannon told Flacco that Whack was planning to kill him?
That's what he's been so scared of this whole time.
And so that's why Flacco was acting weird about being on camera with Whack, is because allegedly Loose told him that Whack was going to kill him. I mean, what are we even talking about? Like, did he really say that? Like, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
I'm a kill Flacco, nephew. Yeah. And I don't know.
That's some big you shit.
Yeah, but here's the fucked up part is I've basically had no time to prepare and organize that. And if you look, a lot of people are like, damn, Lush did a good ass job with Wack holding it down.
You were glazing Wack super hard.
Hell no.
Like, okay. I watched like an hour of that first episode that I was away for, and it's like Anne Hefe is trying to have a conversation about the fact that Wack said that Big U was more of a Crip legend than Monster Cody.
I heard. That's
not what the debate was.
It turned into like 50 minutes of just nothing. Like it's just so difficult for people to stay on topic and be concise in any way. And for me, as a person who really like cares about podcasting, I was just so like, that is a good topic. But also, like, why is it taking this long to get through this topic? And also, like, this is just unlistenable for most people from my perspective.
I didn't hear, but it sounded like there's probably a lot of deflecting going on. That's why it took so long.
Wack was a Big U glazer, a professional glazer for a period of time. So I'm sure, I don't know, like the Monster Cody thing. Apparently he smoked crack, whatever. Like I feel like everybody was smoking crack back then. But
basically, like Monster Cody, Crip legend came home way before Big U. And so the argue, like the thing that Wack was saying originally was that Monster Cody blew his shot and Big U was way more successful when he came home than Monster Cody.
He said he because he did a certain drug that disqualified him in his ranking amongst Crips. And that ain't true because most niggas, big homies, either sold drugs or did it in the 80s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they'll beat you up on crack.
Yeah, that's not like a disqualifying factor. No. Like, oh, you used to smoke crack? Fucking everybody used to smoke crack in the 80s.
And what you judging by? Because Monster Cody, his book it wasn't no capping in that book.
Right.
And that book is really crazy when you think about it, because him having a book out about gangbanging at that time basically gave him like a monopoly on spreading information about gangs, because there was just like so few other ways that people were learning about gangs at that time. Like you had music, you had MWA and shit, but it's like you just didn't have somebody who had written like a full testimony about what that lifestyle was all about.
Did cap a little bit in that book.
No.
He's not
the
like
people that he's banging against, they vouching for the only thing they say is questionable is the decapitated arm.
Yeah.
No, he said something about he was in I think it was LP and the Power Rules said like all the Power Rules say ho, some shit like that.
Say what?
It was some shit.
He was outnumbered. Like,
I was like, I don't know. Power Rules gonna be saying that shit like that.
I gotta revisit it.
Yeah, should we do a book club? We all reread it.
I read that book like a billion times.
I read it when I was probably like 11.
I hadn't read it in a long time though. Like
I ain't read it in a long time, but that's the part I remember. I was like,
of course that's gonna stand out to you from
Power Rules. I was like, what blood? Power Rules.
He said, "Oh,
yeah." He wouldn't have been whoop or something. You feel me?
I don't know. I was like, I ain't saying he was capping through the whole book, but it was certain parts that I seen. I was like, I don't know. He probably just exaggerated.
We're gonna touch on that part later, I guess, after, because I don't remember that one.
For sure. And Synthwave, shout out to him for gifting 5 subs as well. Massively appreciate that. And then P Blackwell said Stona fam. Appreciate you, G. All the blood love on here. We really appreciate it. Travis Adolphus also became a member. Shout out to him. And then, okay, fuck. I hate when it just skips down like that. Okay. King Miles basically said that Scrim of Suicide Boys just dropped the best album of the decade and no one wants to talk about it. I do need to check that out.
You're definitely right about that second part of your sentence right there.
What? No one wants to talk about it? I haven't heard anything, but I got to check it out because obviously the Suicide Boys are fucking gigantic. PPO Ho said, Kanye talks about this same cousin in the song Family Business on College Dropout. Look up the lyrics to the first verse. That is a very good idea. We should do that.
Great song.
Yeah, I know. I love that song. I didn't know he talked about it.
That's a real fan. That's a Kanye fan.
For real. Alcoholic Gamer said, Adam, that King Pill interview was fire. He really got the numbers going. Heard he put J Hood in his place yesterday on live. Got to bring him back up there. Good content. I did not know that, but that's very interesting. I'm pissed
out that Alcoholic Gamer didn't give us a drink recommendation right now. What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, that hurts.
He's slipping, guy.
Yeah, fuck you, bro. Okay, and then Talking Trash Podcast said, shout out Munchie B. Can't trust a torta. Dirty bath.
Let's go, Raider.
Lush and Adam, let's run the worst pod ever again. Ha ha. I do feel like, okay, because I want to do an 8-hour podcast one day. And I feel like that would be a good time for us to reintroduce Compa and give him a little bit of a slice of that. So I don't know when we're going to do that, but I do feel like I want to do that at some point.
I know you were talking. I know we're probably going to touch on it later. The Bricc stream.
We were definitely going to talk about that. Shitty. Welcome to No Jumper members only. Shitty, free shitty. But this guy's also a shitty. And then JJ said, Munchie, a hating loser. He want to be loose so bad.
What the fuck?
Fuck out of here.
I'm free, bro.
Okay, BMX 1803.
Oh, that's
wild.
BMX again?
No, but the BMX said, man, I love Munchie and Stony. They're going to call you Stony as a nickname. That's cute.
BMX just talked shit a couple donations ago.
He's been hating.
He doesn't really
Now
hate.
you love Munchie and Stony?
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't. Stoney's from,
Hey, didn't he just call us two crippled bloods or something?
Man,
isn't Stoney from Set It Off though? We can't do that.
Yeah, that's a girl.
it's a couple of Stonys though.
But then Big 60 1017 also became a member. Shout out to him. All right, I think that we should gift another 50 subs, and I think we should go members only for the chat from now on. So to anybody who is helping keep the No Jumper show, the No Jumper channel going as a result of becoming a member, we massively appreciate you guys. $5 a month to get early access to all of the interviews before they drop. You don't have to watch it clip by clip. You can watch the whole thing right when it comes out. Participate in the live chat, get your name in green, get a cool icon next to your name. We changed it so it's not the 22 anymore. Now you got the basketball next to your name. Okay, that being said, the Adam 22 channel, I'm resurrecting it. I'm working on some videos for the channel. Got a couple of them in the works. Got a Brian Pumper video in the works in particular. And today I put out a video. You can get the link if you want from my Instagram story, or just search Adam22 on YouTube and then I guess select like channels and you might be able to find it. Either way, I put out a video about the Bricc baby situation. There was some stuff that he said on stream, or not on stream, but on a jail call to his girl while I was away. I addressed it in the video, and I guess I'm bringing it to the table right now so we can kind of have a conversation about it. What was you guys' thoughts on this piece that I put out?
Well, my first thought was that I understood what you were saying when your confusion was like, damn, when I talk to you on the phone, where's this energy?
Right.
And then the next day you have to hear about it through third parties and publicly. I can understand your frustration there. And I think Bricc is probably just in a feeling kind of desperate, you know what I mean? Like his back's against the wall. The amount of money it costs to fight cases of this magnitude are fucking crazy. And, you know, he's got what, 5 kids?
Like
more?
4
kids.
Okay.
He take care of more than that though. He has like a lot of people he take care of. So, you know, the financial thing is probably really stressful. I feel bad that I can't do more for him. I already have like, I put about $100 a month to the side for my partners in jail, for Lil C, for Norm, for Ronnie. It's not that much, you feel me? But it's what I can afford. So on my next paycheck, I'm gonna shoot Bricc another note. That's what I can do. I wish I could have more money for him.
For sure. And definitely, I think Friday we're going to do a music stream / whatever stream, just talking and stuff. And we're going to basically give that money to Bricc. And we're also plotting on some t-shirts, some free Bricc baby t-shirts, so that we can raise some more money for him in that regard. I guess basically, like, I was trying to prompt a conversation with that video about the fact that, you know, I feel like I'm in kind of a weird spot because of the fact that, you know, he got locked up. There was already a sizable debt. I had let him borrow a pretty significant amount of money from my perspective. And it's like, you know, I know that he looks at me as somebody who's got his life together and have done fairly well for myself over the years. But the truth is that No Jumper, in kind of a tricky spot. Obviously, we did the whole going broke narrative, had that whole conversation a couple of weeks ago and everything. But, you know, it's a weird spot to be in because I wish that I could fully support him and that I could kind of make these problems go away. I wish I could just cop the boy a lawyer. That would be amazing. But realistically, there's only so much that I could do. And it's like we went weeks where he didn't ask me for anything. So this is kind of like all just sort of like come about over the course of like the last week. I felt like he wasn't asking me because I had just let him borrow more money like right before he got locked up. So I know he probably like didn't really want to ask me for it, but it's like from my perspective, there's got to be a limit on how much I'm really expected to do for somebody who does podcasts on the channel, in particular because of the fact, and I don't think I mentioned this in the video, but it's like Brick's case doesn't have anything to do with me. You know, it's like, it's not, he didn't catch the case because of anything he did on camera. even the stuff that did happen on camera that makes his case a little bit worse, like the fact that they pointed out that he had a gun in his waistline on his last time on the podcast right before they arrested him. Like, I didn't know that. I never had a conversation with him about if he was bringing a strap to work or anything like that. But it's not like he got locked up defending me or defending the business or something. Maybe that situation would be a little bit different. You know, this was purely stuff that realistically, like almost everything that he's in trouble for is stuff that happened even before he started working at No Jumper.
Do you think that if he didn't have the $8,000 or so debt to you previous to this incarceration?
You put the dollar amount out there?
I did. I put it in the video. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not, he said that he had.
I think me and Stoney just getting up to speed.
Okay, so in the original, when Bricc got locked up, I guess it was around the time he was first coming over here.
Yeah, it was within like the first month or two that he was doing podcasts on the channel that he basically got the feds running up in his crib.
Yeah. So he got busted then, and Adam shot him 5 bands, and then I guess recently you shot him another few bands. So if he didn't already have that balance, would you think it would be a different situation?
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. I would probably be like more forthcoming in terms of trying to make shit easier on him and everything like that. It's just like when somebody already has a pretty sizable debt to me, it's like I'm just not the kind of person who's just gonna act like $5,000 is not a lot. $5,000 to me is still a shitload, regardless of whatever I got going on. You know.
Well, especially it's got to be kind of weird when you have this relationship. Is in order to have chemistry on a podcast, there has to be a level of friendship. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you have this employer-employee relationship. So it's like,
and forever, it's always unbelievably tricky when you have somebody who's working for you and then you start to become friends, because there's like a certain way that you would like to be able to act for your friends, and then there's a certain way that you consider it appropriate to act with somebody who works for me. You know, and so that's kind of like a tricky balance. And I see a lot of people in the comments who clearly don't understand that is kind of a precarious balance, because, like, you know, people will be looking at it, be like, oh, to Adam, everything is just business. And it's like, well, this is someone who works for the brand. So it's like, yeah, it is kind of business. And at a certain point, it's like, I have to move accordingly, right?
I mean, I'll say this. I've been in so many dire financial situations since I started working here, and I've never once asked No Jumper, you, or anybody affiliated with No Jumper for money in any capacity. Just because, like, I feel like it will fuck up potentially the dynamics and the relationships over here if I did that. You know what I mean?
And especially when there's never even a discussion or any kind of like consideration about paying it back, which is obviously the case in this situation. Like, I don't mean to like rub it in or act like it's
so they know, like, oh, I got you on the first type shit.
Nah. And to be fair, I never brought it up, and if I had, then, you know, maybe he would have like tried to.
But when you owe somebody money, they ain't supposed to come looking for it. You're supposed to pay it back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But have you ever been broke and had a rich friend?
Never pretty much no to both of those. I never really had a rich friend, like, prior to all the No Jumper stuff. I never really had a friend who had more money than me that I was like real friends with, you know? Like, I always kind of was like the guy who had like a little bit of money, and then all my friends were broke.
I've been broke with rich friends.
Just to be totally real. Like, even the BMX days, I kind of always had more money than like pretty much everybody that I was hanging out with, even though at that time, like, me having money was like, oh, I had like 10 grand in the bank. You know, it wasn't like I was like killing it or anything.
I think Bricc kind of looking like, I'm good as long as I got my boy, my friend that's up some M's, I'm gonna be forever straight, and that's probably his mindset. But he shouldn't be thinking like that. And then if you do, you should keep your credit clean. Like, man, pay it back. You know what I'm saying? So then you can always
go back and
you
get
can always
again.
double back because they know you good for it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but the other thing is, like, the reason why I never said like, yo, can you pay me back on this type of schedule or whatever, is because my assumption about how he would go get some money is not really like something that I wanted to like encourage him to do.
Might be a liability.
This is a guy who has been, you know, in the streets for a percentage of his life, pretty much the whole life until recently, I guess. And, you know, I didn't want to like be like, yo, like, you got to go do this so that you could help me out. I just figured he would pay it back if he got the chance or whatever. So, like, I don't know. I made that video today just to try to like explain that shit to the world. And then in particular, it just really kind of rubbed me the wrong way seeing him say things on a jail call that was so different than the tone that we were dealing with on camera or on the phone when it was just me and him. And then in addition, for Sharp to be making videos and making it like he's got inside information from talking to Bricc. That really pissed me off because especially like if me and you are homies, why is someone like Sharp, who is a bottom-dwelling piece of dog shit, why is he coming out with exclusive information that, you know, yeah, part of me thinks like maybe Sharp was just saying that, but then part of me also is like Sharp swearing up and down in the video that he's like, I don't think, I know. You know, when he's making it 100% clear that he knows for a fact that this is how the situation is between me and Bricc, I got to take that a certain way. And if this is really your boy and he's saying that and it's not coming from you, then you should probably have something to say about that.
I think a lot of people's like rebuttal or question that they would have for you in this moment isn't No Jumper kind of like capitalizing, or people think that No Jumper's making a lot of money off of Bricc still, and like this, so he deserves compensation from his name being just so prominently featured.
One thing number one, we're going to talk about what's in the news no matter what. That's just what this business is. So it's like, you know, if Brick's in the news, we're going to talk about Bricc. If it wasn't Bricc, if T-Rail got a fucking murder case tomorrow, then yeah, we're going to make money off talking about T-Rail, you know, but.
Or Yuri even for that instance.
Or Yuri, yeah. Fingers crossed that somebody wipes him off the face of the earth. But that being said, I actually feel like, you know, probably the Bricc experiment was not really, I feel like we were probably in the red up until this time period. So like, if anything, us having so many conversations about this on camera was probably like the thing that maybe like bumped it over into the black. But then also like understand that there's a lot of stank on the brand right now. And as illogical as it is from my perspective, there's a lot of people that are not really excited to be on the No Jumper platform because they are kind of looking at it like a Fed adjacent podcast at this point. I've heard this from quite a few people that have been trying to like get us interviews and stuff like that. And from my perspective, this really doesn't make any sense at all because nothing that happened on this podcast has anything to do with why these people are locked up. Now, the fact that they didn't get bail definitely is partially related to it. But, you know, I mean, to be fair, like it's just, we may have had like a brief bump in views as a result of the RICO, but I also feel like the amount of interviews that we have not gotten to be able to do as a result of this RICO is also pretty significant. And I'm not holding that against him because that's not really like directly his fault or whatever, but there, you know, anytime something weird happens, like in the No Jumper brawl, the infamous loose cannon No Jumper brawl, that definitely is an example as well. Like there was definitely people who did not want to come on the platform as a result of the fact that they saw this vicious beating take place at No Jumper, you know? So, but did we get a temporary burst of views from talking about that fight? Yeah, sure. But it probably wasn't really worth it in the long run.
Do you think that in retrospect, it might have been a good idea? Like when he initially got bailed or borrowed that money, that you guys made an arrangement at that moment, like, hey, we're gonna take 10% of every paycheck until this is paid back? Or
that is a good idea. That's the kind of thing that if I was a little bit more business savvy, maybe I would have done
loan
that.
department.
But honestly, that's the only time that somebody who was like a host, like AD never tried that with me. House phone. While he was at No Jumper, I don't think he ever did that. You know, I have helped him out like at other times financially and stuff, but it was never like that kind of thing. I mean, I never really had somebody who was trying to like do that sort of move with me of like trying to get me to pay for a bunch of stuff, you know? So I don't know.
So he up to 8 bands right now?
Yeah. I'll be real with you. It's not like I'm like thinking that I'm gonna, oh yeah, one day I'm gonna get that 8 bands. I have written it off. He can have that. Or I think it was 7 actually for the record.
He would have been working it off if it was me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would have said, well, you ain't gonna be getting paid for a minute here.
Just trying to chase a little 8 bands.
You already got paid up front, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, people will like take advantage of you as much as they can up until the point, like if they feel like they're able to, they'll just do it. You know, I've seen that a million times. And so for sure, part of it is me just being kind of lax, you know, which is in general on No Jumper. Like, why have so many people been like, why are people able to, you know, swear and smoke and drink and get into all these crazy stuff? Like at the time, remember when like Bricc and DW had like their own podcast and it was just like a total shit show every night?
what made it a shit show?
They each have their own. There's 2 different podcasts.
Yeah, and they were getting money off girls to come advertise their wigs at one point. I mean, that is a direct product of the fact that I just gave them them way too long of a leash and was just not instituting any degree of control over it. You know, it's like if you make it that easy for somebody to make money off your platform without cutting you in or whatever, then they're just going to do it. You just have to expect that. So I've kind of like learned that in business is it almost doesn't count as somebody scamming you if you make it so easy for them to scam you that they feel like there's no possibility of a repercussion.
Yeah. Hey, this is also why like dispensaries, I don't know what they're still on, but back in the day, they would give pretty much their employees as much weed as they want just so they wouldn't steal or feel inclined to steal type shit.
Really?
That don't make sense.
Give them as much, you can smoke as much as you want during the day, so you ain't gonna like try to lick a couple zones or whatever.
So you don't steal it.
Type shit.
That's some buster shit.
Yeah, that's interesting.
He said give it to you for free so you don't steal it.
Type shit.
Yeah, I guess. That's a dumbass method.
Yeah, that is kind of a weird mentality. I don't really agree with that as like a weed shop.
But, okay,
especially just given like, okay, what you're getting paid as a weed shop employee, even if you work like a 10-hour shift, you could easily smoke that much weed in the course of like 8-9 hours.
No, for sure. But the point is, if you're if you're an employee and you're working for somebody and you feel like you're being well taken care of and you're compensated and like you're not gonna feel the need to bust other moves like
That's
that.
like giving up the pussy so he don't steal it. That's weird, bro.
So I let you hit. You ain't gotta take it.
Damn, you being aggressive. Nigga. Like,
I've definitely had girls tell me that kind of shit where basically like, yeah, I fucked this dude, but I basically only fucked him because I thought he was going to rape me.
But that's like that's the Tanisha defense. She was like, oh, like
Tania.
Tania, yeah.
he said the
Bro,
Tania. That's
bro, are you guys tuned into the Tania Instagram reel content that's
She's
been
going
coming out?
crazy.
She's in a shelter in New York with her kid. And she's just like, every single video has it written on the screen. Like, I'm a single mother living in a shelter in New York City. And she's doing hella views from just talking about being in a shelter in New York. You have to feel like the taxpayer in New York is really kind of getting scammed because she's a California problem.
And she's showing,
you know, like we should be the one, like as taxpayers in California, we should be the ones paying for this chick.
Well, the whole world
she goes out to California or to New York and then all of a sudden, boom, like they're paying for it.
The whole world's benefiting from that ass, though. You feel me? Because it's out in full display.
Well, Munchie was benefiting from it.
Yeah, Munchie definitely was.
The mouth at least.
but I was told being homeless in New York is better than out here because you can't live in a conditions like with the weather and all that. So they got the shelters and everything better and all that. That's what I was told, like in the past. You know what I'm saying?
Well, like what Stoner was describing earlier, the shelter, that's not like what she looked like. She got a private room. You feel me?
It's an
like,
apartment straight up.
She got her own apartment, bro. Like,
but it is. I think there's way less homeless people. Like my whole time living in New York, I mean, you saw very few homeless people, and it was just. It's not really like a nice place to be homeless. Whereas like Skid Row, you can kind of figure it out. You can make something happen.
They come to California to be homeless based on our weather. You know what I'm saying?
That's a big band.
When I went to the county and they asked me, did I want to go home? I said, hell yeah. Then I'm like, why you asking me that? Oh, we got to ask. So, you know, some people go to jail and don't want to get out. They're like, you know, the homeless people that's when processing be packed in the winter because all these homeless people come to jail on purpose and shit. And they trying to get their little meals and all that little shit. Like, nah, man, I'm saying this shit crazy.
Well, it's also we have super liberal laws and we have like hella resources for homeless people and all that. That's why in South Park, Cartman was literally there's an episode where he lured all the homeless people out of Colorado with the song California is cool for the homeless.
Wow, a real white boy, he crazy.
This fool said in the city of Santa Monica because that's what they all
I
go,
heard
right?
that shit. I heard that.
Yeah,
You do kind of remind me of
I
Cartman.
remember when that shit first came out. South Park.
legendary.
Yeah.
God damn.
You see the Blood and Cramp episode of South Park? Yeah.
Really?
The best. Yeah, Timmy and Jimmy joined the Crips.
I didn't know about that. That's crazy.
What's the nigga name that always dying?
Kenny.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Long live Kenny. All right, I'm gonna go back to the topics all of a sudden now. Okay, what we got here? So oh yeah, you want
Free
to see
Bricc, by the way.
I ain't seen this video yet.
Ooh, dark slate.
But show the screen. Wow. All right. So Chicago YouTuber Truth Teller uploaded a video, and the title of the video was Lil Durk's girl hand caught on another man's thigh. So this caught my eye right before we got on here. That basically, like, there's a video and it appeared to be Durk's girl feeling up on another man, but it's been removed. So that makes me feel like there was probably very little validity to it.
Probably an old ass video resurfaced.
Yeah.
Before Dirk.
Damn, he took the video down already, so I guess it wasn't official.
I mean, like, when you get locked up, your bitch is fucking somebody, right?
That's what I was trying to tell Slow Cannon. Right? Because she's gone, bro.
Your bitch is finna fuck.
Nah, she seems like she's still like fully hung up on him. Don't you think? Like, she don't seem like she's dipping out.
Now, if he get 20 years. Shit.
Yeah. Like, hey, I ain't been through it, so I don't know. But
yeah, man, stay free. It happens to the best of us. But you know, and the females I dealt with way more behaved than her. Bro, she sat on no jumper in front of him, talking about all the dick she done gobbled.
she did talk about
that. Was embarrassing.
That was kind of mind blowing. Yeah.
Bro, is Whack, Adam, this nigga and her, and she, I suck this dick hard. It's all mad at Zeus. Or I'm like, this bitch. You gotta get
that was kind of crazy.
You gotta get ghost, bitch.
Yeah, that was a little shocking. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
I mean, regardless, you could be like a church-going, devoted, wonderful woman. Most bitches are not gonna thug it out with a dude for real like that. And most dudes, when they locked up, you're not gonna even really expect to just keep money on my books. You feel me? Make sure I got what I need.
My case, man, them bitches was gone within a month. All of them. But yeah,
you're spreading your love around. If you had just had one rock solid girl, it might have been a little different, right?
Maybe, I don't know, but shit, all of them was gone. Good fuck the one I had. I thought I was rock solid.
Hey, I was always blessed to have a down low female, right? But you gotta, man, just keep money on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Keep pen to paper. Keep the visits going. I need some stove. If she doing that, bro, you get mad when you get out. Like now,
if they would have stayed and was fucking with other dudes, I didn't give a fuck as long as they was putting money on my books and shit. But they was gone.
Now, Lush Kenneth slower than we all think. If he think that broad's gonna stick around longer than 3 months, I think she fucking already.
Okay, if he gets 20 years, for sure she's gone. I'll say that.
If he gets 20 months.
Yeah. 20
listen,
months.
I don't think about what happens, but think about what
kid.
So
that don't mean shit.
So
yeah, it means something to me. I realize it doesn't mean the same thing to some people, but I just feel like that's got to do something.
I think you're too wholesome.
I know.
I've never said that.
I'm a sucker for love. I've been in a relationship for like 10 years,
bro,
so it's
you
like
gotta think, bro. Him cheating is not cheating. He get the fuck all that you want anyway.
Exactly.
We got rules. You know, it ain't like I'm just like piping everything.
But you get other pussies and shit.
Yeah,
you just did it with the little bro. What's her name? Brittany.
That was a while ago, but yeah, that was like a year ago.
Oh, y'all just released that? That was a long time ago?
No, the clip I sent you, that's been out.
Yeah, you do get a pass to fuck all the hoes.
Right.
So that changes the dynamic.
Winner, though.
So if you cheat, then you just greedy, bro. Like
Exactly.
something wrong with
It's like, I'm giving you pussy. Why you gotta take some other pussy? You gotta take
No, but also,
pussy.
all right, this is the
giving you
thing. I'm in the porn world, so it's like, to me, fucking a chick who ain't tested.
Hey, how do I get into that?
Everybody,
put it on the table.
How many times you?
Oh, okay.
Let's see the meat.
Oh no! I wanted to do it like
that's why I tell everybody.
Hey, he said, "Put on." So you said, "Okay." What you thought he was talking about? Like talk some money.
Some other shit. Like tell me, just tell me you want to be in this shit. He like put it on there.
No, they say it's harder for males to get in. They say than females.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, think about a girl. Like, if she looked good, all she got to do is lay on her back, bend over,
or just suck a dick.
Yeah, suck a dick. I mean, if you're a guy, you got to be able to get hard and stay hard. It's not easy for everybody.
Not everyone's Kanye willing to suck their cousin's dick.
That was the ultimate test.
How you get back to Kanye shit? We talking about heterosexual.
All the way back over there.
Okay, wait. But there was a thing we were kind of hitting on there for a second. Is like, if you're with a girl, like even me, obviously, I'm a lot more open-minded about sex than the average person, and having been able to fuck my girl, my wife, with multiple different guys doesn't bother me. But my girl also knows, I know you've had sex partners before, you've had all kinds of fun sexual experiences. I ain't trying to hear it. You know, like I that's just me, and I want to know if you guys are on the same level.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
If you fucked other guys, that's cool. I'm not judging you. You got a body count, however much, whatever. I don't really want to hear about it. You know, just like, don't feel the need. Like, if I tell you a crazy story about some sex shit that happened back in the day, that's not me opening the gateway for you to tell me about some freak shit you did back in the day, which maybe people would be a little surprised to hear me say that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to hear about it.
Nah,
I mean, if
we know
you
it
cheated
happened.
on a nigga, I would rather you tell me.
No, not cheated.
No, we're just talking about just whatever. Ex-boyfriend.
No, I don't want to hear about your
If you
past,
sucked
no.
Chris Brown's dick back in the day,
No,
I ain't trying to hear about it.
No.
Which obviously not the case for the record, but
I mean, like, it's funny because both me and my girl have been in very public relationships in the past. So it's like we kind of already know about each other's shit. And we've been homies for so long. We messed around for so long.
but
It's
let's say that she gave Lefty Gunplay some top back in the day.
like, oh, please don't ever tell me about that. Yeah.
Unless Lefty come around and shit.
If you come around and you extra supposed to not talk about it.
Hey, Jay Stone, see, I think you talking about like let you know what, like, you know what I'm saying? So niggas don't be in your face. And
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you
I
start
think
coming
he more so
around, you
talking
gotta
about-
tell me that you did something with
But
this
that
nigga,
is a
so-
tricky line because
right.
it's like if you fuck
right.
someone I know, I do need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I also like, you know, it's kind
I
of
don't
weird.
know the
I
nigga,
don't
don't
want
tell me.
to. I don't want you to just
Things.
casually
Yeah.
mention some details about it either.
No, but you're right. Like Playboy Cardi said, I want to know who you fucked in this room. You feel me? He said it 3 times in a row because that's how important it is.
I just don't need to know the details.
Exactly. That's and I think we're all in accordance with that. I don't need to hear like, yeah, and then it slipped out and I put it back in. Like,
Oh,
it's
his
like, yeah,
dick was
daddy.
so big, it hurt so bad. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
I
it
want
was
to know all the
terrible. I don't want to hear
details, but
that.
I need to know if you gave a nigga some head
I ain't
or
gonna lie.
what
The
you
only
did.
time I wanted to know, like, he fuck better than me.
I don't want to know that.
Nah, I wanted to because you think in your mind that every nigga that do porn, nigga, they elite. You know what I'm saying? So when I hit the girl that got took down by Brian Pumper on Bloods, I want to know, like, blood fucking with me.
But bro, a girl having fucked Brian Pumper lowers her value in my mind more than like anything ever. Now, granted, if she was in the porn world, like he was a big deal porn star at one point, so I guess I kind of understand. But like something like that, like really, like if my girl told me that she fucked, you know, Chris Brown, like the example I used before. I mean, well, that's a mixed bag because on one hand, it's like you're hot enough that you fucked this super famous dude, but then on the other hand, you fucked someone that I know was like probably not showing you almost any respect. You was just a jump off.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, no,
tricky.
but this girl wasn't my girl though.
Okay.
This girl.
Well, then I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, we was doing a lot. Like we just when we see each other we fuck. You know what
Y'all
I'm
would
saying?
just fuck,
But
but
Yeah, we was buddies.
Man,
Like
we just fucking. You can tell me everybody you ever fucked. I don't
I
give
used
a
to
shit.
in a particular realm because he was a porn star and I was younger. And I was saying, I'm thinking like, nigga, you feel me?
But there's also a difference
you
between
wanted to know, do I got that porn star dick?
I was like,
Am
I was
I
19,
slinging that porn
18,
star
19. I
pole?
wanted to like,
That's the number one thing I hear from girls that's like in the porn world that's weird about dating guys who are not in the porn world is that guys will always say shit about thinking their dick's not big enough. Thinking like, oh, you fuck these guys with these 14-inch dicks, like rah rah rah. Like I don't know, like
I don't give a fuck.
girls
I do what
hate
I do.
that.
If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Hey,
I don't give a
I've been
fuck
in it
who-
long enough that I know that girls like don't really want to fuck a 14-inch dick every day. That shit might look good on camera, but that's not. I've never met a girl who was like, yeah, I want to be in a relationship with the guy who's got a dick that big.
where's Jalise at? She need to be here for this conversation.
Well, we can find out.
Hey, no, friend, that's what you have. Females, like, it got to be a female sprinkled in here, like, so get her input. You feel me?
Yeah.
I got to start integrating Jalise with it. Because, man, damn, I don't
Damn,
know
you
why.
feeling her, huh?
Munchie's
You
been-
had me.
He said this multiple
He had
times.
me put her on text with him the other day.
Yeah, he said this multiple times.
It wasn't text. I said, tell her to follow you back.
That's basically the same thing. Yo.
No. I
like
like just saying,
Jalise.
like, I don't understand what happened, what's going on with her. Suspect, man, this shit brazy.
That shit
Yeah,
wild,
her
bro.
feelings last time I seen
Man,
that
I'm like,
shit, I
why
was
Adam don't mix up this rotation, bro?
Yeah, they can't be on camera
Yeah,
anymore.
she
It's
was
not
hot.
working. Yeah.
She was like, blood, all that. I was like, damn.
And then she did a whole live stream on her own channel attacking him, saying all this crazy shit that I don't know.
But she a female, she emotional. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
And then I don't know. That shit's just crazy to me. I'm like, I don't know where the hostility coming from.
I feel like that's
I love
sexual
you think they
tension.
fucking. That's what I was
Yes,
thinking. I was
thank
like,
No, but she kind of was kind of
of.
honest and said that was flirty and then, but it's you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like they
flirty.
had a flirty little vibe at first, but that feels like that is long gone now. I don't think they ever hooked up.
No, but there's for sure sexual tension there, and I think that
I
was
sexual
feeling.
attention if they never had sex.
Because
your wording kind of crazy.
No, that literally you could have sexual tension with someone you never fucked. That's literally if you with a female and you're like you both want to fuck and you know like that's sexual tension. That feeling before like I don't know is it gonna happen? That's what that tension is.
That shit too real though. I don't even want them on camera at all together. That shit was ugly, bro.
Yeah, no, that because when suspect talk shit, he cut date. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and her too.
Damn.
They both mean. What
He's giving her shit about saying that you're a brackhead, saying that you don't take care of your kids, and saying that you were an orphan or whatever. That your parents like abandoned you, whatever.
He cut way deeper, bro.
Those are like extreme things to say.
Though, if you're gonna argue,
but then her response is to say like,
blade, "I'm trying to cut you."
You know, she's bringing up all this street shit and saying that you used to be from here or whatever.
She called him the B word.
Yeah, damn. She said it to his face.
Yes, she called
that's
him.
why they can't be on camera.
But then she said it the second time again. And
he gonna kill her.
Yeah, he was like, it could go left very quickly.
Yeah, that's a mess.
But real quick, about what we was talking about before, doesn't every girl always say like you got the biggest dick? Like every girlfriend I've always had lies and tells me that my dick's the biggest.
They would do that, but you gotta like, you know how you say he has some fuck buddies, you know, or you start just like fucking like not saying random females, but it's like different females. All of them not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Some of them gonna tell you like, nah, nigga, that shit.
I know some blunt females.
That shit ain't exactly. I know some blunt ones too. They can be like, nah, nigga, that wasn't it.
I know every guy that my wife has fucked since we've been married has a bigger dick than me, so I live with that. Nah, you know what? You know what cut deep when I was like 19 or 20, I was dating this girl and she just casually mentioned that she liked uncircumcised dicks better than circumcised. I am circumcised, so I was just sitting there like,
what, she wanting to pull the turtleneck back?
I mean, but to be fair, I've heard a lot of girls say that because it's like, I guess it's kind of fun moving all that skin around or whatever. But I'm just sitting there like, God damn, like I can't just go get.
I didn't even watch porn. With
I can't go back.
In it.
She got to wash the cheese out of it first and all that.
Hey, Stone, I don't think they have porn with that shit in it, bro.
No, they do. No, they do.
Yeah.
But I would quickly turn like, nigga got a turtleneck. I'm not gonna watch that, man.
I've heard from a lot of people that sex feels better when you are uncircumcised.
I've heard bitches say that too.
Yeah, well, but for the guy as well. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah. Having all that skin moving around, I don't know. I think that honestly, when they circumcised me, I think that cut my shit a little too tight.
It was too tight.
Yeah, I think the skin a little too tight. I don't know. I feel like they fucked it up a little bit.
There's nothing worse than a botched circumcision. Fuck, like.
But you know you ever think about being a moil?
That's my biggest ambition as a Jew.
A moil, but the moil does it with his mouth, right?
I don't think that's true.
Wait, that's not true?
I don't think that's true.
Nah, they circumcise the dick with their teeth.
Nah, I don't think that. I think that's some like.
Oh, ChatGPT.
That's some shit they say to.
Does a moil? Hopefully, I'm spelling it right. Does a moil circumcise a baby with his teeth?
That's some anti-Semitism.
So a moil is an animal?
No, a moil. No.
Is that an animal?
You was thinking that too?
Yeah.
So a moil is a dude in the Jewish religion that gives it's called gives a circumcision or whatever. You feel me? Like performs.
Oh wow, this is actually really interesting. All right, in some ultra orthodox communities, there's a controversial and rare practice where the moil uses oral suction to draw blood from the circumcision wound. This has led to confusion and sensationalized claims that moils circumcise with their teeth.
Well, just giving babies top.
I mean,
that's what I was thinking.
But that's better. They suck a little blood out of it.
That's bad too.
What religion is this?
Jewish.
I ain't got
That's
nothing.
not straight.
But wait,
all bad.
to clarify, no, a moil does not use their teeth to perform the circumcision. The circumcision itself is done with a sterilized surgical instrument, usually a scalpel. The oral suction part, when practiced, happens after the foreskin is removed and it's separated from the cutting. It's meant to cleanse the wound, according to some interpretations of the Jewish law. That's some freaky shit.
So they suck the baby up after the skin is
If the Jews want to be accepted by society as a whole, they need to stop this practice.
No,
That's just janky.
I wish I never learned that.
So it's when they're 15.
Wait,
No.
This is like a baby.
Yeah, no.
They on some Kanye West shit. Like,
Hold on.
No, the Jews don't circumcise at 15, right?
You get your circumcision when you're like a few months old.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, but to be fair, I got my circumcision at the hospital, like Christians or whatever. You feel me? So I don't know.
Ain't you a Jew, bro?
No. But
Bro, I hear that shit.
even if I was, I don't think I would be using
Nah,
my
so
powers
I'll
for evil.
Yeah.
Maybe
There's not that many,
I
like-
thought I heard you say that. Maybe you was joking or something.
Nah, I joke about being Jewish. I feel like I
Okay, I
might.
did hear that then.
In a music video, I wore a yarmulke briefly.
But I'm wearing a yarmulke.
Wearing a yarmulke.
But there's not hella like French Jews. I don't think you're French, right?
I don't think
Yeah,
Vlad
yeah.
go appreciate this content.
No, I'm sure he's anti Moyles biting penis skin off as
Who?
well. Vlad.
Oh yeah. I don't think Vlad fucked with
Vlad
that.
probably don't even know about this practice. Okay.
Crazy, man.
So, all right. A lot of news out here. Dody6 on probably the greatest, most sustained crash out we've seen in modern times. He's apparently on meth. I thought that was a secret. I thought that was just insider information.
Yeah, you're messing around.
I thought I had just been informed that he was on meth and that was like a secretive thing. He starts announcing it to the world. When he called me yesterday, it was blatantly obvious that he was on whippets heavily. I could hear it in the
Spent
voice.
5,000 on Whippy.
Yeah.
Wow, that is fucking insane.
So
While
okay.
doing Method Man, he doing whippets.
He's doing meth and whippets.
So-
Mix it all up.
Methods.
How much context we need to create for people just to give the
Okay, Dody6 is a rapper from Rolling 40s who recently did a sustained. Do I keep saying sustained? He did quite a long prison sentence, maybe like 6-7 years, some shit like that. And while he was locked up, he was cranking out music videos that he was recording in his cell on an iPhone and then like basically shipping it off to people. And they were making music videos for him. And he seemed like he had like some pretty good motion going since then. Put out music with X4, Lefty Gunplay. It seems like he's having some pretty good motion. And then boom, 6 months ago or whatever, he was one of the 7 or 8 Los Angeles rappers who were featured on Kendrick Lamar's album, GNX. And that was a huge look for him, obviously. But in recent times, over the course of the past week or so, we've started to see more and more erratic behavior from Dody6, dissing people on his Instagram story, saying crazy shit, and all kind of like culminated and sort of like reached its apex, I think, yesterday when he basically said, fuck Kendrick Lamar, admitted to the world that he was on meth, and, has just continued to basically, he admitted that he got DPed by his hood.
First, what we saw him crashing out on different rappers. So he had an incident with Hit a J3.
Yep.
He had an incident where he was in Peso's DMs saying a bunch of crazy
It started with him really going off on the Mexicans.
Yeah. Peso and Bravo to Brag Chaser were the first two.
Yeah.
And then he posted like screenshots of their combos and they were kind of like, yo, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, where is this coming from? Then he said, then he talked about the DP thing. Then he said that he was
They
homeless.
took his jury.
He was home.
They DP'd you and took your chain, bro.
So I spoke to his dad for a long time yesterday.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay,
you had a parent teacher conference.
Well, no,
Why are you speaking to this grown man dad?
first of all, I'm homies with his dad. All right, yeah. All right, like, yeah. First of all, I've known Dody since he was like 16 years old.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, when he did that first Fody's anthem song, that gang shit. So that's how and he was like the kid on that song that rapped really good. I was like, I could tell he's gonna have a future as a rapper, whatever. Winds up getting locked up. And I always thought he was a good kid because he did a feature for one of my little younger homies, you feel me? And I was like, okay. He's
One of the Lush One send-offs.
you feel me? So he did it. I was like, all right, that's cool. I like this kid. Then he got locked up. Came home, everything that you said happened. Now, so his pops basically has been trying to operate in a managerial capacity for him. He's got a lot of resistance. Him and his brother, his twin brother, his name's Twin from Fody's. They've done a lot in the industry. He used to work with Chris Brown, Dody's dad, used to do like songwriting and production. So he's not just a random ass dude, right? In the streets and in the industry. Now, this is brand new information. Dody don't even know this. And there's only so much I could say, but I would encourage Dody, please tap in with your pops because these financial problems that you have, I heard that both of the royalties from GNX are landing right now. You feel me?
Really?
You tap in with your pops, bro.
Because he said that he didn't get any money from doing that music.
So we calculated on the show the other day, me and Flacco calculated that based on the amount of streams that record has, is probably generated between $5 and $6 million. You feel me?
Come on.
So even if he's getting like 5% of that,
so so we figured out he should have at least like $100K coming to him.
Wow.
And apparently he do.
that's a lot of meth.
Okay, I want to talk about that too because his dad said that they got a drug test back and no, there's a lie. He's not on meth. He's lying and saying he's doing meth. He's really just on Nas.
What?
Hey, so hold on. His dad got a drug test on him?
Or I believe it's like his mother who drug tested him. And here's the other thing. He has a deal.
Who's he signed to?
I don't know. But apparently he signed a deal and the money is like, if he would tap in with his pops and stop crashing out, he could be on the road to accessing that money, having it put into his project. I think that his family's a little bit nervous about allocating, whatever resources they have
for sure
at this moment when he's acting like this because it's a liability.
Because I've been talking to Fat Jack as well as Lupe, and the tone that you're getting from them in regards to Dody is very much like, bro, he's in a bad place right now. This isn't good. Like, they were kind of like asking us not like to go easy when talking about him, and it seemed like they didn't really want him to come on camera. He was trying to hit us up. He was supposed to come in yesterday to do a podcast. That got canceled kind of at the last minute.
But it's good that it did because his dad was super upset. Like he was like, yo, why did y'all because he didn't know at first. He thought that he did go on the pod. He's like, why did you let my son go on the podcast when he's fucked up? Like why would you allow that? And I was like, bro, he didn't go on the podcast.
Yeah,
specifically didn't let him on.
So you're saying I shouldn't call him right now?
I mean, you could call him. You feel me? You could call him.
See where he's at.
Yeah, but I would just encourage him to tap in with his pops for real because
I ain't gonna call him.
All these resources, we could call his pops too. Like all these resources that he needs to get his career right. Because right now, if he just like disappears and gets right and comes back strong with a strong project with money put into it, he has potential to flip the script on this whole situation. And no one's going to be tripping on this. But if he keeps crashing out, it's just going to be, look, you're on a pile of shit right now. You can either keep shitting or clean it up. You want to keep shitting till you're like submerged more in the shit, or you want to start cleaning up the mess, the wreckage of your life.
It's crazy because when he was hitting me up yesterday, he seemed like he really has been enjoying playing the internet game. Like he was telling me like, yo, go on Instagram right now and tell him that I said, fuck Kendrick Lamar. And I'm just like listening like, what the fuck? Because obviously Kendrick has done more for Dody6 than probably anybody for the rest of it, at least in an entertainment sense. Obviously he's got family and everything like that.
People will kill for that look.
Hell yeah, that's like one of the greatest looks you could possibly get as an artist. If you're a rapper until you're 50 years old, that's still going to be one of the main things that they talk about when they talk about your career, the fact that you're on this Kendrick album.
And he had one of the best verses on it.
Yeah.
You had a great verse.
He was on a lot of Baby Stones and I'm looking stupid.
Okay, yeah, that's
yeah.
another
He's
thing
been
that
going
happened.
at it with Popcorn 4K or however you say that.
Yeah, him beefing.
Is it not Popcorn? What?
Yeah, it's just
P4K. Yeah, that's what his Instagram name is.
Yeah,
right?
the same guy.
Yeah, P4K. But, I meant to say, yeah.
But him going at them too, and that's when it gets extra tricky because now you're like on live again.
That was a bad look.
Yeah, because it's like this is a hood that you into it with in real life type shit. So it's like
clowning.
Yeah, it's not it's like, damn, I don't know if that's why the DP happened or what, but I don't. But he seemed to like, it's funny because his initial reaction to the DP, which he posted, was like, I got DP. Thank you guys for that. Thank y'all. Like I needed that.
Usually people when they get DP don't run to the internet to announce it to the world. Usually they're at least a little bit embarrassed.
It's the second time we've seen it only.
Well,
Crip Mac didn't, but he didn't announce it to the world. Somebody sneakily filmed it.
Yeah, but he also
he posted up all bloody and shit.
Yeah, I just got DP'd from my hood.
That was like one of the most viral clips that we ever reported on. Like I remember there was just like a clip from the podcast. It was like a couple million views of just like talking about Crip Mac and DP.
If any of the rappers from Inglewood, bro, from my hood got DP, nobody will know about it.
Never heard about it.
We're not blasting the homies like that.
You're not supposed to do that. That's like breaking the rules and gangbanging. You're not supposed to record on DPs.
Well, to be fair, we haven't seen the video of it. Apparently, there is a video. Well, they could have filmed it and put it out, but I want to know who was frontlining the DP, because apparently the 40s is a big enough hood that there's like a lot of different sections.
Yeah,
you hear about the park side and the dark side. I'm not sure.
4-8. There's a hell of different.
What you mean by frontlining it though?
Like who was in charge? Who mandated it? Who instigated it? I don't know. There's so many questions.
Was Dody5? I don't know.
That could have been anybody.
Yeah, it's a lot of favoritism in gangbanging. There.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, but when you get DP, why you couldn't keep his jury though?
but
That's
okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you're
not
not supposed to
respecting
rob
you.
him neither.
So apparently he's his pops said that he still got his jewelry. That's not true. That his jewelry is not. I don't know though.
Oh no, man!
That's
How credible is pops though?
He's a
he playing PR right now. So
Yeah, for all these things that you would think that
Nah,
Dody
his
wouldn't
pops
want to
said-
admit.
Hey, but his pop's not just a random dude though. That's the thing. He is a credible dude, and he's like over there. He's known and shit. Fools know which
But
one
at
it
the
is.
same time, that's pops though. So
Yeah.
he debunking shit. 'Cause
And-
why would somebody admit or even lie and say I got my chain too?
Well, but he refuted a lot of the things that Dody was saying. You know what I'm saying? Even to the point where he's like, "Look, Dody's not homeless. First of all, he's like,
He was saying that as well. Yeah.
yeah, he's not homeless, and also he's all he said like Dody grew up pretty comfortably. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not from a poor house where that he didn't have things like his father provided a good life for him and shit like that. So that's why him as a father was like was tripping like damn, like you're trying to make it now. All I know is these are his words coming to me, so I don't know what the.
So explain the crash out. So now we missing the whole since he came up in a good home. His chain is still at home. So what's the purpose of all the lashing out?
Nitrous, not knowing, not like feeling directionless in your career as when you have supposed to have motion. When you're like, it's like, okay, we over here at No Jumper, people might have expectations like we have a certain amount of money, we're doing well for ourselves. When if the reality doesn't match that, people are gonna be like, damn, Munchie, how come Adam not take care of you? Damn, Lush, how come Adam not take care of you? So it's like people are coming to him like, oh, you were just on the Kendrick album, you supposed to be a joint.
That's not how that worked though. Just because you on a person
Yeah.
album.
We understand that, but the world at large doesn't understand. And plus, you got to remember, this kid spent most of his adult life incarcerated. He barely has
Man,
been
you
home.
giving out a lot of excuses, bro.
I mean,
You just said he did 6 years. How old is he?
no, he's like 25, 26, and he's been locked up since he was 18. And he's literally been home for like 8 months.
This been a good 8 months. He been shining.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He been
But it's
For real.
like when I did that interview, he was
2 months home, like 3 months home.
super. Wow, really? I feel like it just came on.
Yeah,
Maybe we were in a halfway house. Or something?
less, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was big chilling. Like, it seemed like he really had his head on straight and he was really like ready to go at it in the rap shit. But I mean, a lot of people kind of have an idea of what being a successful rapper is going to be like. And then in reality, it's a day-to-day grind. And just because you had a hot song or whatever doesn't mean that you're going to be killing it financially or anything like that. Especially as a street rapper, the opportunities are a little limited unless you reach a certain level.
Well, look at AZ Chike. AZ Chike had the infrastructure in place. AZ Chike already had momentum and a career, proper management. So when he got this spot on the Kendrick album, executed perfectly. Great verse. Rolling Loud performance. Executed perfectly. Great verse. Every opportunity AZ Chike has been able to capitalize off of. But the other
Shike
rappers-
was signed to Atlantic before Kendrick placement though.
correct.
And then I heard he just recently got a good situation recently. You know what I'm
Correct. But that's because he's been like, he had a proper team in place. Dody kind of came into this without all that structure. So it's like kind of a little bit more random and all over the
So
place.
Dody only been home for 8 months, right? Give or take. That's not long. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to like bubble, it don't happen overnight. 8 months will be considered overnight. I think he moving at the pace he's supposed to move at. You know what I'm saying? Everybody tapping into his music. You got a spot on Kendrick shit and your shit doing numbers. Like, I mean, I don't get the crash out. Like, but I guess if the balloons make you act out like that, that's something different because I don't know nothing about it.
Oh, that shit definitely will affect. But you make a great point.
I mean, the balloons for sure will have you in another dimension that you don't know up from down, right from wrong. So, I mean, that was kind of the weird thing to have him hitting me up, calling me while I'm about to go get my STD test. And he's fucking telling me like, yo, like whippets are a weird drug because nobody has to tell you that they're doing it. You can just hear it in their voice. Not even that, just like, go straight fuck Kendrick Lamar. I'm just like, whoa,
Hey, you know what's
like, what are
funny
you
though?
doing, bro?
Well, all the drugs that Bricc then consumed, and he had to be the responsible party when there was the little stink team dude and the other
Yeah.
Mexican was here.
yeah.
Oh my God, that was a shit show.
But
Well,
Bricc
he's a lot
does,
older than
irritated.
but Bricc does normal grown-up drugs like perks and shit. And
Come on,
He said
Cuz.
normal
Come on,
grown
cuz.
up.
I'm saying like nitrous though is like it's a childish way to get fucked up. Really, like you
You
know.
only hard for 15 seconds, I heard.
You are.
Yeah, it's a very brief
And
thing. Yeah.
You're high for 15 seconds and slightly retarded for the rest of the night.
So how much is you doing? Because he said he spent $5K on that bullshit. So how much
That's a lot.
is $5K? Well,
how much? He said he spent $5K on Nas.
I mean, I think I've had people tell me they were spending 5-10K on a month on
I
nitrous.
mean, yeah, that's like
If you're doing that much, you're gonna be dead in a couple of years if you really keep that.
So he said $5K. I wonder over what period of time?
I mean,
Because I ain't never did nothing over an ecstasy pill. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's like a grown-up drug in comparison. Nitrous is just kind of silly, goofy little shit.
I mean, we would be like 13 years old running through motherfucking Ralph's and taking the whipped cream. You feel me? And
yeah,
like-
but this nowadays it's easy to consume industrial levels of
Yeah, yeah,
nitrous. It's like really kind of changed the whole game.
Man, I
But-
wish they stop doing that shit on camera, man. That shit gonna be having kids trying to do that dumbass shit, man.
Yeah, not doing it in interviews is the least that you can ask of people. That's like the worst drug you could
That's the
possibly do in
machine
an
they
interview.
came with, right?
They were
Galaxy.
filling it up, yeah.
Now
That
they
shit
got it in like a little thing now. It's like a little tall ass can.
Yeah, the Galaxy gas, which that actually is off the
gas,
market,
yeah.
but
Hey, Stoner. Hey, look, bro. Go to the interview with Bricc, baby. He was interviewing Player Wade, bro. And that shit was crazy. I said, nigga, all you hear the shh.
I said, wow. If you got Bricc baby irritated on some drug shit, he was getting irritated. Like
when I was on Melrose, it really felt like, goddamn, everybody's doing this. And then we shut the store down a couple months ago, and since I feel like, oh, that shit's over. But I feel like I'm just kind of oblivious to it. But I don't know.
Melrose, that's Crib Street. Nigga, you got Marathon Burger. Nigga, you got nigga, off Carl Serb. You had the No Jumper store. You know the Crips in front of there. Nigga roll past 4 extras outside and shit. I'm like,
You got to set up shop.
yeah.
Now we got Soldier Boy over there though.
Yeah, I
A
heard.
little representation.
Holding it down for the fruits. You dig?
No fruit.
I think Soldier Boy giving a nigga a fade. He burnt out.
Shit, he got a $4 million judgment.
Yeah.
know what?
So yeah, he just had got sued.
Yeah, basically, like he had this girl that was living with him for a couple years that was supposed to be his assistant. She said that he was, beating her and raping her and all this shit. He said that she was never his assistant. That was just a girl that was staying with him or whatever. And basically, the court, I didn't really get to see the evidence that was presented to the court or whatever, but they basically said he got to pay $4 million, which he says he doesn't have. And, that's an insane amount of money. It's kind of hard to imagine because he previously had a similar judgment. As
Yeah,
well.
he's had multiple. I feel like I was super pissed because I just had recorded a song where I had this fire ass line, and I'm like, run up in my mansion, I turn into Soldier Boy, and I was like, now I gotta change that because before it meant like I'm gonna shoot you, and now it means like I'm gonna tie you up and sexually abuse you.
I think it still hit though. Soldier Boy, he be getting he get high off the pot. He go get the Draco.
Yeah. Okay, good.
He turning the big Draco, get the cat out, and he going crazy. So
You think he's a
hit.
cokehead?
Oh yeah. Oh, he loves the power.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
No, that's why I said, Chopper. That's why I said, run up in my mansion, I'll turn into Soldier Boy. Bow, 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 bow. Chopper have a conversation that he can't avoid. I said some shit like that.
No, then you gotta say, nigga, I pulled a mask off his head, saw who it was.
Shot him in the head.
That was my part right there. I rewinded that shit like a million times. Said, no, he didn't say I took the mask off of him, saw it was. Damn, shot his ass again.
No, he brazy, bro.
Chopper give him wise words.
I got
said, what
Blueface
did he
whooping him
say?
out though. If there was the fight, I think Blueface get him, but still
Yeah.
I wanted to see him and
Blueface
Chris
fucking-
Brown fight. Shit, all that shit
Man,
they
Chris
did.
Brown's gonna whoop
Chris
him out.
Brown going
That's why I
for
wanted to
show
see him
for
fight.
him.
Hey, bro, Chris Brown be on stage for hours at a time,
Backflipping
dancing
and
and
shit.
shit. He got so much
Yeah.
cardio going on, bro. Yeah.
Bro, Blueface, I think if you saw him standing next to Soldier Boy, it would be pretty obvious who was about to win that exchange. So Blueface is huge.
He fucking killed him on
He's
Instagram Live
fucking
too.
huge.
And lifestyle wise, Soldier Boy's getting fucked up. I don't know what Blueface has been doing since he's been locked up, but Blueface just smokes weed, right?
He's a football player.
I wouldn't be super shocked if Blueface fucks around with drugs a little bit. But
I mean, if Blueface is getting high, I still gotta win it.
Yeah, for sure.
High, he can get high.
Well, we can't just doubt Soldier Boy, even though I ain't never seen
Nah,
him fight.
man. Look, bro.
He
That's
probably
true,
got a
too.
squabble
It's true.
on
That's a
him.
good
How you say
point, yeah.
athleticism?
Yeah.
Blueface got the athleticism, bro. He could have borderline been playing college football at one point. You know what I'm saying? And then he trained for a couple boxing
Boxing
bouts.
matches,
Yeah. So he got a skill set. I'm a gambler. I gamble on sports every day.
Well, I did see him sparring with Floyd Mayweather, so I probably would, put money on.
But at the same time,
So here's some fucked up shit, and I'm glad that. Wait, but Adam, last week on this podcast, when you were gone, it was me, Munchie, and Geechee, and I said that I think that, I'm rooting for Bricc, but if Bricc happens to come across loose cannon and they need to run a squabble inside, I think Bricc would have a hard time fighting loose.
I don't think so.
And Munchie and Geechee both made it seem like I was a bad friend for saying that.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say he was a bad friend. I just disagree.
Okay. At the very least, Bricc got shot in the neck. Bricc, if you ever gone to shake hands with him, you can tell.
You got a little T-rail going on?
Yeah, you got a little bit of that.
Like a complete fist. I don't believe he could do that.
And that right there, that's a big deal. I'm not saying he can't fight or whatever. I'm sure he's fought a million times
Loose
in jail.
cannon can ball his fists.
You think Luce can't ball his fist?
He can, I
Oh,
say.
yeah. I mean, Luce,
Still got Bricc.
I don't know. I mean, I would like to see Bricc dominate that one
Me
for
too.
sure. That would
I'm
be
rooting
good
for
for
Bricc.
team
You
solidarity.
can't go off the Jay Reed beating, bro. You gotta judge a fight with somebody fighting back.
I just thought that loose cannon came across. You're right. I
That
hadn't
is
seen
like
it.
a disadvantage, though, because if he got shot in the neck, that's complications to your
Yeah.
body. So it's,
Hey, look,
He's
bro.
not also a lot bigger than
Took a
him
long ass
too.
time for Bricc to even be able
Man,
to
Bricc
have a
was
normal
big
life
at one
after he
point,
got-
though.
Yeah.
He was.
Bricc came
I
home and got
shot in
skinny
the
on
neck.
his
You know how
own.
I know.
long it took me to get back to even, you feel me, a certain percentage? That
Hell
shit is
yeah.
not you just gonna shake back in a year or two, yeah, nigga, I'm back and I'm squabbling the same way. Hell no.
Yeah.
No, definitely. Munchie, you were trying to get us to talk about this a couple weeks ago, but
What's that?
Greedo apparently was relieved of his chain.
See, I brung it up. I wasn't gonna say his name.
He didn't say who it was.
Then at the end, I said it. Remember?
No, you didn't say it on the pod. You told us afterwards.
I said
when
one
the
of,
camera
your, one,
came
of
on.
your, one of your boys, yeah, but I wasn't gonna blast it you feel me?
But Greedo hasn't spoken about it, so we actually don't really even know what the story is, at least from his perspective.
So we do know that it was an entire jewelry kit, supposedly, and we do know
what?
that it was his whole kit.
Oh, okay.
His,
Entire, okay.
Yeah, it's his entire jewelry kit. And we do know it was by his homies by the grapes over
The
there.
security was
and it was
with him.
in the Jordan Downs.
But do we think that it was his homies, people that he's actually consistently hanging out with, or do we think that it was just somebody? Because apparently there's a big chunk of Grape Street that don't get along with him. We were thinking it's probably them, right? Not somebody who's kicking with every day.
One would assume, but just the fact that happened to him over there and the way it did is for sure sound like some backdoor shit, one way or the other, no matter how you
Has
slice.
he been posting on social media normally and shit? Because it was kind of weird to see it take place. Because at the same day that we heard about it, we also saw video of him partying with Sexy Red
and Justin Bieber,
who was blatantly off hella drugs. And you see him,
Bieber's
back in hard.
people were pulling up to the section, and you see Bieber, and Bieber's he's shaking hands with people, jumping up and down. I've never seen anybody who was so obviously off hella drugs.
What he posted is old.
Yeah, well,
no, it was from Coachella. That was from Coachella.
I think
it was just at Coachella, bro. It was literally him with Sexy Red at Coachella. He just performed with Shoreline Mafia.
Yeah. I'm looking at Greedo's story right now. I mean, he definitely, I feel like he's just trying to keep it in the streets, and he's not trying to
jury shit
comment
weeks
on it.
ago.
Yeah.
Y'all talking about a new video.
It's not a video, it's just somebody wearing it.
Okay, yeah.
That purports to have taken it.
You're right. You did tell us about it weeks ago.
This not new.
You're right. It was, but it was still during the Rolling Loud Coachella time period or whatever. So it was during the.
That's when we found out about it. It was right that kind of weekend, yeah.
But here's the fucked up part. It seemed like ever since Greedo's come home, it really hasn't gone the way it should for him. You know what I mean? When Greedo got locked up, he was arguably the top rapper in LA, or one of them for sure. Right below the top dudes.
Yeah, I still listen to a lot of his shit he had before he went to prison. That shit still slap.
Exactly.
I think that his new shit too polished.
Yeah.
When he had the music before he went seemed more more hungry. You know what I'm saying?
It was weird when he first came home. Like he sent Adam a grip of songs, and I was like, "Yo, Adam, like send me, like let me hear the new '03 music, right?" And he sent me some of the songs, and they were fucking hard. I was like, "Yo, Greedo's back. He about to take over," and then none of those records came out.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
None of the I still have them, the initial records.
I feel like Greedo feels like, I feel like the label is maybe not fucking with him, and I'm not sure why. I feel like maybe they are just like expecting him to just get hot on his own, but he clearly has some kind of animosity towards the label, and they're not. They just signed to Alamo, and they don't seem like they're really like invested in him getting back to the level that he was at a certain point. But he does have a lot of organic support, and people like Sexy Red bringing him on stage and Rolling Loud. I think she's the reason why he was at that birthday party, everything like that. So it's like there's definitely a lot of people who still want to see him win, but for sure, I feel like he seems a little bit frustrated.
I think the Sexy Red connection, because when Sexy Red was in Bompton, her security was J-Rock, All Money in J-Rock.
Yeah.
So I think she might have met Greedo through the security J-Rock.
But I think she was already a fan.
She likes the Sweet Lady song hella much, which makes sense because bitches
like
that's a
right
banger.
there.
And also I feel like that's made for bitches like her 100%. You feel me? Like she gonna like that song.
She knows what's going on. She got good taste in music.
Yeah,
and shit,
she got great taste. And but the cold thing is it seemed like Alamo is a graveyard of a fucking label. First of all, Alamo hasn't been cracking since 2007 when they signed Gucci Mane, New Boys, and Carrie Hilson. Like that's the last time they've been a graveyard of a label for a long
Is it
time.
on the artists or on them?
That's a good question.
But there are a couple of big who was like Rod Wave is signed on the shit, right?
Yeah. That's not to say that there isn't like, but normally like labels like that where they don't have that many resources because they don't have as much of a budget as an Atlantic or.
But it's like if a label wants to invest in you, they can make you look and feel to the fans a lot bigger than you might be without that, you know. And I think Shoreline Mafia is a good example of that right now. They got Atlantic clearly as like open budgets back up. They're pushing that project and everything, and all of a sudden you're just seeing Shoreline like getting all these looks and being in all these spaces that they wouldn't have been maybe in organically, you know, now that they have the label really behind them. And I don't know the exact details of why Greedo ain't really getting that level of support from them.
I think it's on the artist, bro. Shoreline be outside. Oh, Jay-Z everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay-Z pulling up. Greedo not pulling up everywhere.
I mean, really, the Shoreline thing, too, is just them reuniting as a group because they weren't doing that for a while. So
and not getting locked up. You feel me? Like they never had a break in their momentum. They just were constantly grinding the whole time. And like I said last week, that Shoreline Mafia is arguably below Kendrick in the number 2 slot for West Coast artists right now.
J-Bo.
Yeah, I was going to say, hell no.
As far as
J-Bo.
Who do you think is going to get paid more to headline a festival right now? J-Bo or
Shoreline more like proven in that regard, so I guess I understand.
I think Shoreline more easy on the eyes, like more
hey, qualified however y'all want.
J-Bo shit's sick, but it is kind of like one note. It's like we're killing ops and not much
J-Bo,
else.
I love J-Bo, but it's like he makes music that gives you anxiety. You feel me? Like it's like to make you you want to feel stressed out, put on a J-Bo song.
And it can be kind of hard to listen to like a whole project of J-Bo at times. Like the singles would be so good, but then when you listen to 20 of them in a row, you're kind of like, okay, like
drop low, brother.
This could use a little bit more variety. I think.
Sliding on the suckers when they drop low, brother. No, I love J-Bo's my favorite rapper, so I'm like, hey, take my hate with a grain of salt.
You know what song I like is the one where it's like just fuck
everybody's amazing.
Naming all ops I never heard of.
Yeah,
and them people he naming is rest in peace.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Not all of them.
I like that song. I would not really want to sing that
like
song.
Mozzie niggas resting, right?
Yeah, but a lot of them are, but not all of them are. But the dude that made that beat, Echo, he's like the hardest producer, one of the hardest producers in the game right now.
We gotta get some beats from him.
Yeah, he's going fucking stupid.
I hear the hardest producer in the industry every week. Everybody always drop that name.
Echo? Or just that phrase. That phrase, the hardest,
T Money just said somebody that was the hardest producer right now. Let me see. T Money just brought that up when we was doing content with him earlier.
Well, I mean, Take Heath, Wheezy Out of Here, Metro, Chop Squad DJ.
He was talking about a new artist that a new producer Akon signed. So he was saying, his name Press Play? I can't remember. Yeah.
Okay. This is my last topic of the day, potentially. They're saying X4 rolled it up behind bars. What is the evidence for this, and how do you feel about that when you hear that?
I got some content dropping in the morning about that dude on a collect call from 20 Bless was talking about it. Everybody got their theory. They say he didn't want to go over there with the Hoovers because it was on his face. And then, you know, it's a gang of little theories. I know he not too famous to be on the main line talking about I'm a rapper. That's some bullshit. If Trey D from the East Siders could do it, you will be. He all on Baby Boy and shit. I don't know, man.
Okay, you tell me how significant it is from your perspective for somebody to roll it up, and what is the technical definition of rolling it up for all of our fans out there who are not necessarily 100% in the streets?
Roll it up. I can't be here. Tell the police I gotta go.
Yeah,
I can't be here. It ain't safe for me. I'm cool. That's rolling it up, and that's a sin. You know what I'm saying?
It's all bad.
Yeah.
So basically, a lot of people were speculating that it's because he didn't want to be in the same pod as 4 Extras. You think there's some truth to that? Because you don't want to have to run that fade?
All right, the little dude from 20s, his name A-Bang. All right, he basically was like 22, 24, that's where the homies at. Like the Domos, the Bloods, or whatever, or people that oppose, you know what I'm saying, the 40s. 26, 28, Mazel, that's where 4 Extras is at. You know what I'm saying? He housed over there. So me, if I was X4, I probably would have went where the ops at and just take my bruises and get lined up and shit. Because if you go over here with 4 Extras and he got a lot of influence, and he gonna have everybody campaigning against you anyway. 4 Extras, the size he is, X4, what 5'8", 115 pounds.
He's a lot smaller.
You threw 4. I just go to the ops and get lined up. You feel me? Because you got to play with 4 Extras on the streets, brother. Because jail is his arena.
How much of a choice do you have on where you get housed in that?
Hey, jail's starting to be different. Bro, they starting to talk about where I ain't going and shit. When I was in the county, you better get your bitch ass in the cell.
When I was in there, they throwing your ass in there. They don't give a fuck who you say you get along with, don't get along with. Get your ass in here, man.
Yeah.
So
it's the only place we got space for your ass. Get your ass in there.
So like they got a little bit more control now. It seem like I ain't going over there. What? Or talking about I ain't going to wayside. When the bus come, get your bitch ass on that bus.
What? And you get your ass beat if you don't get on the bus.
Did he actually hit the dorm and then roll it up?
It's a lot of narratives. That's what I'm saying.
Because that's different than like telling before or say if they asked you want to go to general housing or high power and you say I want to go to high power. That's not really rolling it up.
When I was in there, they asked you who you got along with and all this shit, but they didn't give a fuck back then. So now they probably care. Like if they ask you who you get along with, who you can't be around, then you could tell them that, and then they'll actually take what you said. And
they need to ask. They can't just look at your eye busters. They can't just look and see like, oh, he got this whacked out. Like you got that.
I said I don't beef with nobody.
That'd be messy. You beef with the 60s?
Oh,
okay. So here.
No, but back then they'll still throw you in the wrong dorm. They just ask you all that just as a courtesy.
But what's the wrong dorm? I just feel if you want to be comfortable, stay home.
Yeah, basically. Look, kids, don't go to jail. If you want to be comfortable, just don't go to jail.
I ain't never complained on where I was housed at. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because what you expect? Everybody here broke a law. Ain't no good people in this. Well, I ain't gonna say everybody bad. I mean,
well, I understand not wanting to be around the sex offenders and the weirdos, right?
They getting fucked up.
Yeah, so
they getting fucked. But I'm saying, just man, go where they send you. You go, like, you know what I'm saying? They say, and then if you see your homies that visit and give them your booking, right, put me over there with the homies, or you got pulled with OSJ, which is over the gangs. Like, holler, you got some juice. I'm trying to go over there with the homies, but you don't tell the police I can't be here. That's out. That's a sin.
Yeah,
that's Busteroni shit.
Are we ever gonna get like there's probably so few people that actually witnessed it take place that it's gonna be hard for us to know exactly what took place, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're gonna see where he winds up.
Shit, we heard from some people that 4 Extras and X4 were in there hanging out on some cool shit.
I heard that too.
Heard that narrative.
Doubt it.
Yeah, I don't know,
but we really don't know. I mean,
didn't he call him cheer captain?
He did. But he was trying to say it in a way that was like that was like you see the most clever side of 4 Extras when he's trying to like diss somebody without actually dissing them.
Yeah,
he was kind of calling the X4 a cheer.
I get at the 4 Extras right because he don't really I'm saying name drop and shit like that. He like he ain't he say I would have knocked him out, so he say he would have knocked me out or some shit or whatever. But like he don't be biting, you know what I'm saying?
It just sucks that they like however they got pitted against each other or like felt this competition with each other. It really sucks because together, I mean, you have one of the most entertaining dudes in podcasting and one of the most entertaining rappers. both pushing for the same section. They shouldn't have
I don't
even
know.
been
He's
at
the
odds.
most entertaining rapper.
I said one of the most. I didn't say. Hold on.
One of the most entertaining.
Your glazing
rappers.
is a little out of
He's-
control.
he's not even a rapper.
Whoa.
I fuck with him. But the
X4's
most,
not-
I mean, he
X4
ain't Dave Blunt's.
I said in L.A. Dave Blunt's not from L.A.
What you mean, man? Hey, bro.
He not
X4
one of
not even top 3.
He ain't really.
He for sure top 10.
He ain't really putting himself out there.
He for sure
If he
top
were to
10.
describe himself, I don't think he would say like, "Yeah, I'm one of the most entertaining artists out here." I don't think he would rank himself as that.
X4 is not one of the top rappers in L.A.
No.
This is fucking
you
crazy.
said,
Bro,
you said
got Big Sad
entertaining.
here. You got J Bowles. You got
J-Bo's not here.
You got Shikes.
Yeah.
Now you pushing the goalposts. Now you saying no.
Yeah, you just
I
changed.
said-
You
I
went from
said-
Lush. We all just
Yeah,
watched you
LA
do that.
New rapper.
whoa,
You
we're
tried to
talking
take it
about
from
LA.
one of the most entertaining rappers.
in LA.
Then to LA.
I said LA.
Then to
One of the
new.
best
But then
LA
now you're making it the
entertaining
best rapper.
Okay, entertaining and best. What? Bro.
Very different.
All right, say what
Okay.
you want to say. Is it new, entertaining, or LA?
No,
Which
I
one?
think he's one of the current top rappers in LA.
How many is current? What's
talked-
current?
very talked about.
Put a timestamp from.
I'll
what?
say in the last 5 years.
Whoa.
Come on, sir.
Of the last 5 years?
Come on, man. Come on, man.
How is he not? I think there might be some bias
Hey,
here,
chat, jump
possibly.
him. Hey, they gonna get on you.
I don't think so.
Who would be your
I think the
top
chat's
five?
gonna have my back.
Who would be
It's
your
top
top 5 of the new entertaining rappers?
Last 5 years,
from,
you gotta go
from
Rimbo,
LA.
Yeah.
From LA, yeah. Remble's in there.
Rimbo, Big Sad.
Big Sad's in there.
What's the nigga name?
And both Big Sad and Remble are not
Dude from
currently.
Inglewood, Soak City.
310 baby.
310 baby.
Yeah.
I thought he's from Compton.
Okay, yeah, 310.
Nah,
Maybe
he's from Inglewood.
he's from. I thought he was from Compton.
No,
he's from
I
Inglewood.
Yeah.
310 mean Compton. That's what I thought he was from
I thought
Compton.
he's
was-
viral at Inglewood High School across the state.
Okay.
Them, like
310 baby is not ahead of X4 on under any
In terms of
except for-
hits,
Shit,
yeah,
all
he
over
is.
the
Yeah,
radio.
hits.
Hey,
Bro,
hey,
bro, people don't actually
Expo
listen
don't
to
have a
310
Soak
baby.
City, bro.
I'm like that.
Expo
nigga
don't
shit
have a
all
Soak
over the
City, bro.
radio.
That's a huge record. You're right.
He don't have one of those.
He don't,
Expo
but
got a huge record all
no,
over the
he
radio.
don't. But he had every time he drops, like people are actually
Okay.
like slapping it.
I fuck with X4 as a friend, as a person. I appreciate him doing that song with me. I feel like the consensus from anyone who's not glazing him would be that he has not really delivered on his potential to the extent that he could have. There was so much noise about him when he came out. And granted, he's still hanging in there. He's still doing his thing. People are still talking about him, still paying attention to him and everything like that. But I don't think his music has necessarily risen to the level that
Dody6.
a lot of people think he could be.
He was ahead of Dody by all metrics.
Bro. Expo could have never even fit on the GNX project.
I don't know about that.
Are you saying bigger, LA, newest, entertaining? Now you saying bigger, or what would you entertaining? I don't know, but Dody6, he got his ceiling is higher because he's more versatile.
I feel like X4 is bigger than Dody6, but I do kind of feel like I
better.
almost agree with you in a way that the Dody6 thing sounded more natural on the Kendrick album than I could maybe assume that the X4 one would have.
I think stylistically, it wasn't something that I would have ever thought would work, but it did really well. You're right, and it probably would have worked better than X4. You're right,
Expo
but-
couldn't do a verses with none of the names I said. He couldn't do it with the whoops. He can't.
Oh,
do it.
now you're just okay.
Nah, what? He can't, bro.
It sounds a little biased, Munchie. I'm not gonna lie, brother.
Hey, bro, I've been rooting for Expo, bro. Shout out Pee Wee from 40s. He'll tell you. I'll be rooting for him, especially since shit been stacked against him as far as his community get. I'm like, that's not straight. But we being real. We talking about music.
Okay, so my personal list, X4 is way higher than a lot of those other guys we've been talking about right now. And also, I think it's fair
He
to.
ain't higher than Frosty.
But-
Frosty got too many songs in the millions
But Frosty ain't dropped consistently.
But
so
here's- okay.
long.
because he want to be a full time.
But I feel like, hey, guess what?
Go to Spotify and see how many $1 million.
Frosty's in more Frosty's more in that competition with him than Remble and Big Sad currently, because Remble had dropped 2 songs in the past couple years, and apparently has some allegations which I don't know too much
Wait,
about. but-
Remble does?
bro, how come it's been referenced on like 6 different diss tracks? Why is like,
Wait, Remble has allegations of what?
Something touching kids or something. That ain't
Wait,
true.
really?
bro, it's been mentioned in like 4 different songs.
I never heard that. That's crazy.
That-
You have heard it, but we didn't realize we were hearing it. But like, yeah, when Ralphie did, when Stink Team dissed him multiple times, there's like 5 different songs.
I don't want to diss X4 at all. I'm just saying that Lush
they-
over glazing
we
him
not
is kind of
dissing
putting
him.
me into a perspective where I have to a little bit.
I
Hey,
think
it sound like I'm dissing Expo.
No,
It don't sound like you did.
No, I'm being real. Like, but you keep moving to go. You said LA, you said newest, you said entertaining, then you said biggest. I'm like,
I mean, I think I'm very confident. We watch this tape back. It's gonna look like all of y'all was ganging up on me, and I was right. You feel me? Like
you're just like way more of an X4 fan than I think like is fair for the average person to be. And I'm not trying.
It's possible.
I fuck with you, X4. I'm just saying, Lush is kind of setting you up right now by putting you in this conversation a little too.
I thought it was obvious that he was one of the top dudes in LA. I thought that was obvious. I didn't think there was a debate there, but I guess I'm tripping.
Yeah, I think you're glazing a little bit. Actually.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go through these last of these donos real quick before we get up out of here. Okay, where are we at?
Right there.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, flush a hater.
Okay, I'll listen. I will listen to this.
That is the opposite.
I will listen to the Suicide Boys album. All right.
Okay, flush a hater.
Not a glazer.
And then Bully Breaker said, Adam been working on the Brian Pumper video since 2022. I remember when he first mentioned it to AD and House Phone. I put that video out. The original video, I put it out a long ass time ago. It's got over 1 million views, so I encourage you to go watch it. But yeah, this is a follow-up to that. Lowkey 214, thank you for becoming a member. Synthwave sent $6.66. Satan worshiping shit. Let's talk about how Bricc spent all his money on drugs and ammo instead of putting something aside to keep his family straight if he hit rough times. Shit.
He put kill squad.
You need drugs and guns, man.
You got to put kill squad in the streets.
Kill squad costs, you know.
Kill squad.
Hockey 6 in the chat.
Patwui said, "Fire Flacco's stuttering, stammering ass and hire bro in the white hoodie."
No one has a white hoodie.
No, he's talking about him. Yeah.
Hire Stone.
What kind of hoodie is that? That shit is cool.
His fit is fire. No cap.
Where'd you get that?
Not a bad fit for straight out the homeless shelter.
16 Broadway.
Oh, okay. That's a dope one. And then Dakota sent $10, said, Adam, do a member call-in segment, whether it's people calling in to give the story on a certain topic or to give their narrative and stir up some stuff. We're supposed to do that. I honestly forgot about doing that on this stream, but anybody who's in our premium membership tier, we are going to be doing call-ins more often on the news, on the Tuesday show. We might even do this live stream Friday, etc. King Jaffer said, make Jay Stone a reoccurring guest. Okay, yes. For show. I agree with that. Fudge Willie became a member. Shout out to Fudge Willie. Still around. I ain't heard about him.
He ate his own poo.
He did. I forgot about that. He ate some poop.
That's crazy.
Donnie Rue said, family ruse, hashtag Atlantic Ave.
Oh, what up, my nigga Donnie Blood?
Hey.
Donnie Rue.
Big whooping.
What's going on? And then Paris Vichoti sent $5, said, I knew Munchie was a real one when he came at Spider-Loc for being pro-Crip, even when there was being a buster. A buster's a buster, no matter the set. You gonna talk to Spider?
That part. Fuck no.
No?
That's a rap like them condoms they don't wear.
Do you think Alex is kind of mad that like you broke up his dream team?
No. Alex, he tried to mediate it. Alex was like, man, knock it off, stop making videos, but the boy wouldn't stop. You know?
But how is it his fault though? He wasn't like
it ain't Alex's fault.
No, but it's not your fault either.
Oh hell no.
Yeah, I feel like if anything, Spider was the one that was erratic in the situation, right?
Yeah, I can see that. And then that same Paris person said, I bet he digging out old pictures out that show box. If you know, you know.
Yeah. Adam,
what's that mean?
Nah, we gonna skip that, Adam.
Old pictures?
I don't know.
Well, like Spider-Loc reminiscent?
Assuming this is a Spider-Loc reference.
No, a Draco reference.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's awkward. All right. Yo, shout out to everybody who tuned in. We appreciate everybody who watched. Shout out to our boy, Stoner from the Town. If you ain't seen it, go check out his interview from back in the day. Fascinating story. Some tears were shed, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah. People was getting on you talking about that clip you put out. They was like, oh, I ain't going to disrespect the homie talking about he crying and shit.
No, but
it was a clip that they had. We had like tears on my face and shit.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think the graphic designer might have done that. Yeah, like sometimes they
fucking around like
that.
No,
because they made a clip talking about Moneybag Rose and DW Flame fighting, and they fucking put like black eyes on W Flame and shit. And like,
oh, you sis.
Once in a while, I got to hit up the graphic designer and be like, okay, I see what you were trying to do here, but you're doing a little too much, especially since that's not what happened in that fight. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, you bursting into tears a little, or, you know, letting a tear trickle down during that story. I mean, that was like one of the heaviest stories I ever heard somebody tell on the podcast. So.
I will say also on another note, it's interesting that every rapper you've done a song with now has some kind of prison controversy. You got
hey, you putting a snitch allegation on Adam. That's
what.
No, check game.
Big Sad. Okay.
X4. Okay.
And then who else?
Bricc, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody been to the pen.
I do be hanging out with some jailbirds, don't I? Damn.
Me and Trap Lord or the wholesome ones.
I gotta get some normal friends. Shit.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to everybody who watched this. We appreciate everybody. Please become a member of the channel. We will be live on the No Jumper platform tomorrow at noon on the news, as well as Thursday again at noon. Shout out to Munchie B.